Hey folks, how's it going? This is Future Marstead talking from March 13th, 2021. You're about to watch the penultimate episode of the QuestCape series. The last episode is episode 92, and I did that on purpose. I originally recorded it as 111 episodes and decided to try to get it down to 92 because it's halfway to 99, and I think that that's a nice number to end on thematically. It's been a long journey. It's taken me about a year and a half to edit all these VODs from when I originally recorded them. I still really love this game, and I still want to put out a short kind of essay-style video on why I think RuneScape is awesome. And of course, I have several external hard drives filled with thousands of hours of post-Quest Cape content. The Diary Cape, the Infernal Cape, bosses, raids, all kinds of content. I've pretty much seen it all at this point from the future of 2021. I just wanted to talk real quick before this episode plays about my plans going forward for the series. Obviously, next week you'll get the grand finale, which I'm really excited to publish finally. But then I'd like to take a short break from publishing RuneScape videos, because this is about 2 to 4 hours every Saturday night that I spend editing these VODs, and then, the 12 hours of rendering that they go through overnight to get all the fast forwarding working. So I'm probably going to take a 3 or 4 week break from it. I've got some real life stuff coming up that I would benefit from a short break. And then I have to figure out how I want to organize the content going forward, the Diary Cape and so forth. With the Quest Cape, it was pretty easy to arrange stuff around quests. Obviously, there's always something to say in those. But now that the quests are done, a lot of the content's going to be grindier and grindier with less and less commentary from me. So I don't know if I'm going to I might have an episode that's like 100 hours of grinding one thing that's mostly fast forwarded with a little bit of commentary here and there. I also don't know for sure if I'm going to put all of that content on my main YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is mostly Twitch VODs from my variety format, which is beating awesome games. And I've basically beaten RuneScape. I'll say that finishing the Quest Cape counts as beating the game. Everything else, all the bossing and Diary Cape stuff would count as 100%ing the game. So usually I don't include that kind of content on my main channel. I do have a second RuneScape channel that you should subscribe to just in case you're worried about missing any future content from me. The link to that should be in the description. It's the same one I was using for the Trailblazer content. So worst case scenario, I'll at least get the Diary Cape content loaded there. But I like having a lot of RuneScape content on this channel. I think a lot of people are enjoying it, so I'll try to find a way to fit it on the main channel if I can. There'll be a notification about that. Either way, I'll make sure folks know where to find the hot new RuneScape stuff. Without further ado, go ahead and enjoy the penultimate episode in which I finish cleaning up everything having to do with Tin Man, like I promised. And then stay tuned next week for the finale, after which there'll be a 3 or 4 week break from RuneScape videos while I figure out what I'm doing. Thanks so much for all your support this whole time. I really love this game. It was a treasure to play it blind. See ya. Howdy folks, welcome to episode 108. It took a really long time after the Song of the Elves, but we finally have enough resources banked in order to get to 77 Herblore, just barely. I finished getting all the herbs and we should have all the secondaries. Day has passed, so I've got some time here to do Nightmare Zone boxes, buckets of sand, even Tears of Guthix. I'll probably get around to that later, but I'm going to start by just trying to grind through as many of these herbs as I can. I think we're going to start with, let's see, Dwarf Potion, since I have a bunch of these unfinished Dwarf Potions in my bank. Just go backwards from there. So away we go. So it's a little anticlimactic, but I need to save myself an inventory space. I made too many unfinished Dwarf Potions before for the number of Zamarak wines that I stole, so I'm going to steal one more full inventory of Zamarak wines, then we'll go back to making potions from secondaries. Alright, done stealing wines, back to leveling, power leveling Herblore. editception. I'm currently editing episode 19. This is what? Did I say 108 or something? Oh no! It's crashing. Oh, that's a huge bummer. I think I just hit Control S a second ago. Well, the reason I brought it up was that while I was editing, I'm watching the video, and there's a part of the video where I'm fighting baby dragons, and I'm like, I'm gonna go do some video editing. Probably for like episode 3 or something. So it's happening again. We're editing while doing another thing. I can get a couple splits in every time I make an actual potion. Making the unfinished potion is a little bit too fast for me to split my attention away from it, unfortunately. Herblore 76. Just one level to go. All of this work over almost a month. I'll have to double check. What day did I finish Song of the Elves? Anyway, it's been a lot of farming runs, a lot of logging in every day, a lot of Nightmare Zone boxes to get us this close. Hitting 76 means that I can make magic potions without having to boost, so I'm going to do that really quick. Burn through my 14 or so Lantadimes. So happy to be on the final stretch. Okay, and now for the truly terrifying truth. Is my math right? Is the spreadsheet that I made that I've been using to plan out XP for these herbs, has it been accurate? Because it's all been targeting the 77 XP level. And I may have made just one decimal mistake. The amount of XP for any of these herbs, we're not going to have enough with secondaries to hit 77, and that would be huge bummer. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we have enough. The only way to find out is to go ahead and make everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to take a short break from this. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back, and back to grinding out Herblore. Like 80 hours of work or something ridiculous culminates with this. It's happening. There it is. 77 Herblore. It's finally fucking done. Oh my god. Okay, so 77 is not what we need to make Ceradomin Brews. We actually need 81, but we can boost to it now is the point. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off this set of unfinished Herlander potions that I need to crush some bird nests. I'm not going to crush all of them. Let's just do like 100 of them or something. I'm actually not even sure how I crush them. Is it mortar and pestle? I need to build up these bird nests for so long. Okay, mortar and pestle. Got it. Oh shoot, well, that means that I need to like set up my desk to start fast tapping. Alright, hold on. I guess I'll just crush all of them all at once. This isn't anything new, so I'm going to fast forward through it. You've seen me crush chocolate before. Because of the boost mechanics, I don't think I'm going to make all of these nests, so 200 is probably going to be fine for now. Okay, now I need to make unfinished Toadflax potions, which fortunately I can make before I boost. So I'm going to make enough of those to do all of these crushed nests here. Alright, so I have 9 total doses of Botanical Pie. If I'm quick about it, we'll see what I can pull off here. Oops. Oh, it feels so good to be making Ceradomin Brews finally. After all that time. Even if I don't make all of these this episode, I'll at least make enough to repay my debt from Song of the Elves. Oh, that's so awesome. And they're worth a shitload of XP. I think as an Iron Man, it's recommended to use all of your Toad Flax for Ceredomans. Just because it's either you get 80 XP or you get 180 XP. So saving it for so many levels is brutal. Okay, crafted with one whole botanical pie to spare without having to go back and farm for more. Why does that keep happening? I don't know if it's happening for y'all, but my center monitor keeps losing signal. I think it's not affecting the capture card though. Anyway, that's why we just did the last 10 episodes of content. Let me go to the Grand Exchange really quick. And very happily and finally clear off this black mark from the Tin Man project. Give me one sec to show you guys the spreadsheet here. Okay, so we haven't reviewed this in a second. I'll bring the game back up to show that I'm at the Grand Exchange here. Just to clarify, this is my Herblore XP potential document. This is how I was figuring out how many herbs I had banked, how much XP I had, which is pulling directly from the personal stats, which was automatically updating from Jagex's servers, which secondaries I needed, how many of the secondaries I needed. I was doing some things like manually zeroing out the XP values for Guam, Marintil, and Terramin because it would take forever to do, that sort of a thing. So this spreadsheet worked. Like, it allowed me to predict everything almost exactly correctly. The reason we didn't have to make all of the Herlanders that we finished hitting 77 a little bit early is because I ended up making more of the dwarf ranging potions. I got an extra inventory or so worth of Wines of Zamarak. So it worked. The math checked out. I ended up being able to do it without having to do Terramins, Marintils, or Guams, without spending a ton of extra time ruling those herbs out. Now, if I had staved off doing Dream Lunar Diplomacy, I think it was, long enough to get the full 84 XP for Guam and Marintil Leaf, that would have been great. I wish I would have known that or realized it was happening when I was doing that quest, but we also wouldn't have done Song of the Elves, and it would have slowed the whole quest train down significantly, so I don't particularly regret doing that. The important thing, the reason I'm bringing up the spreadsheet here, is to talk about the Tin Man project sheet. So this summarizes the stuff that we have to pay back. Stuff that's in green I've already bought. I've already repaid, so I've sold those items to the Grand Exchange already. Stuff in red still needs to be repaid. These 3 yellow items are the bones that we bought back after dying in the wilderness. It's still up for grabs whether I'm going to bother with repaying those. I might. I feel like it's not that big of a time sink. It felt like it when we had just finished getting 70 prayer, but now if it cleans up this sheet a little bit, it won't be. And then we have 3 high alchemy items, the magic longbow, torn prayer scroll, and ruby harvest, that I was just playing around with high alchemy when we unlocked it. Bought them, turned them around, outed them, and sold, took the gold as profit, which I don't think we really have to pay those back. I mean, it was just, we never got to use those items is what I'm saying. They were literally just alking. They are on the list just to show that those purchases did happen. These buyback items, so the Ensouled Goblin heads and Chaos Druid's heads, I sold those before I realized what they did, so I bought exactly the same number back that I had sold. And the Rune Arrows I bought back, because we needed them for Monkey Madness 2, I want to say. So the big ones on here, the big ones are these Ceredoman Brews, which we bought 32 4-dose potions, and that's what I'm about to pay back right now. The next big one after this is going to be these, 27 summer pies that I have to pay back? Yeah, because I bought 100 of them, I sold 73 back, and then we've got 27 that I actually ate like a dummy that have to get paid back, so that'll probably be the next big project over the next several episodes. The runes, I think I already have enough money just to be able to buy them back from shops. It might be a little tricky because the price of the runes goes up as I buy them, so I might have to research what the best strategy is to go and buy those runes from stores without overspending. But I should be able to do that within the next upcoming episodes as well. But before we do anything, let's fucking sell these. Let's get this over with. 32 4-dose Ceradomin brews is what we need to do. So let me get those out of my bank. Move them all to 4 doses. I gotta turn these all into 1 doses to clean up some space here. Decant, Bob. I have 162 4-dose potions right now, which I hope to God is going to be enough for Dragon Slayer 2. I think it will be. I guess we'll find out. 32 4-dosers. Oh, let me do it noted. I'm not going to try to sell these for a lot. I just want... Oh, it's over. It's over. It's repaid. That was probably a bigger grind. Well, it's definitely a bigger grind. I think the cooking grind was going to total out to a total of, I don't know, from the cooking level required for the quest cape to the cooking level required to make summer pies, even including all that time I spent filling those jugs with water and all the time I'm going to spend buying more grapes and then combining them to make wine, I think the total time investment is like sub 15 to 20 hours. 20 hours max. But getting to 77 Herblore from 70 Herblore has been like an 80-plus hour project. So that I'm so glad that it's done. We're going to profit from it going forward. It's going to be great. Whew. Now, okay, I want you to imagine with me that we're back how many hours ago? Jeez. Okay, it's hour 8:58, right? Imagine, if you will, 98 times... That's 74 hours ago, 75 hours ago, we were just getting to the end of Song of the Elves. We had this really epic series with Monkey Madness 2, and then almost complete Song of the Elves. We lose to the boss several times, and I just say, shit, I need Ceradomin brews, and then we just walk away from the final boss for 74 hours. Multiple episodes of farm runs, mini quests, diaries. I get these brews, and then I go back down there and I beat her after all that time. I'm very glad that we're doing this Tin Man thing, that I was able to just say, you know what, I just kind of want to finish the quest so that we have a satisfying conclusion to this otherwise very hype episode, and then we'll pay it back later. And that paying back has now been done. I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired, and I don't want to look at these herbs for a while. There's going to be more herb lore in the future, I think. I might end up wanting to make more of these Ceradomin brews just so that we are completely safe, that I can use them with reckless abandon during Dragon Slayer 2 and not stress out about running out of them and having to farm for stuff later. But we're not doing it anytime soon. The remainder of this episode, we'll see when I sit back down. I mentioned cooking. We do have to go ahead and buy all the grapes that we're going to need, mix all of the grapes to make all the wine we're going to need. That's going to be a process. I think the calculation I did on that was I was expecting it to take like 6 to 8 to 10 hours, maybe, from where we are right now. I'd like to try to break that up, and I'd like to still have something interesting happening in each episode that's not just like boring skilling. So later in this episode, I think there's still one more mini quest. Well, I think I've got 2 more mini quests that I can reasonably do. I would like to knock out the General's Shadow in this episode. Next episode, probably do Enchanted Key. And then the episode after that, I'm hoping it's just going to be time to go do Dragon Slayer 2, because Mage Arena 2 seems way too difficult for what we're going for. Or at least it's going to take way too many hours to be possible with the gear that we have and the gear that we're able to risk in the wilderness. Sometime between now and Dragon Slayer 2, though, I would like to finish paying back everything on the list. Tin Man list, and let me just go ahead now and formally mark this done. Oh, I feel so good. Screw you, Ceradomin brews. Goodbye. You're no longer a problem. Feels amazing. Good night, folks. I'll be back in a few seconds from your perspective. Bye. Good morning, I'm back. The air fryer is running in the background, so I'm going to mute it. We're just going to go do normal stuff. I'll be back to comment after. Okay, basically just wanted to get my free, big XP drop from that magic tree. I don't actually want to do a whole farming run. I'm super over those for now. I think the thing I need to focus on right now is cooking. Just buying grapes. I think that, world hopping to buy stuff from shops is one of my least favorite things to do as part of an Iron Man playthrough. It's so easy to do, but it's, frustrating, slow. Wonder if there's a way to change the experience for Iron Men so it's a little bit less miserable. I don't know. I feel like, again, no one would vote for it because of hazing, spite voting. I suffered through it. You should have to suffer through it too. But let's go ahead and knock it out. It shouldn't be that bad. The issue with this is that once we cycle through all of the worlds, quickly get to a point where we've cycled through and bought grapes faster than they can possibly restock. So I think my plan is to buy grapes until we catch up to the restock rate, until we cycle through all the world, and then try to craft as many of them as we can, and then see if they've restocked by the time we craft all of them. And if that doesn't end up working, if it still hasn't finished restocking, then we're going to have to alternate activities in between buying rounds of grapes. I'm going to grab my food from the air fryer real quick, and then we'll start with a round of grape purchasing. See ya. Alright, so I've tapped out grapes. Let's try to make some wine with the 4,176 that I have banked. Then we'll see what the situation is with the stock in the Culinary-Mancer's chest. I'm going to grab a soda real quick and I'm going to start doing that. Alright, off we go. I'm going to jinx it now, but I've gone for 1,260 bottles of wine, jugs of wine, without breaking my fermenting combos, so we're going to get a huge XP drop. I'm going to try really hard to capture it without fast-forwarding through it. I'll try to start talking right before it happens, but see how long I can make it. I've changed my strategy. I didn't realize that I could set it to withdraw X whenever I left-clicked the last few times I've done this. That makes it a lot more consistent. Alright, I managed to keep this up for 4,000 or so consecutive jugs of wine. We're about to get an enormous XP drop, the biggest I've ever seen in the game. In 4, 3, 2, 1... 835,200 XP. Holy shit. XP per hour, 50 million. Not really. Oh, that's fucking funny. And we just skipped a bunch of levels. I think we just gained 5 cooking levels from all that. Cooking 81. That was pretty cool. So my intent in burning through my entire bank of grapes was to get to 0 so we can figure out what happens when I actually go through and buy the grapes, tap out the grape stock in all of the servers, then make all the wines, and then see if it's restocked by them. So I'm going to do one round of that. I'm going to see if it restocked, then I'm probably going to take a break, because this is kind of maddening. I'm kind of losing my mind doing this. Let me calculate here. I think, so 89 is the absolute earliest I can do it if I make mature Chef's Delights, but I don't think that that's realistic.
because I would only be able to maintain the buff for like 1 minute before it degrades into a +5 buff, and just other problems in general. So I think it's more likely that I'm going to have to push to 90. So let me figure out how many wine jugs that is. It's a ridiculous number. 15,000. Jesus. Well, I have enough water for that. I just have to get enough grapes for it. This is going to blow. It's okay. We'll get it done. I'm going to go ahead and start buying grapes now. We'll loop back around, and then I'll try to make them all into wine, and we'll see what the stock is on the starting world. I'm starting on world 320 for all this. Okay, so that is one lap of all of the worlds. I ended up with 872 grapes. I feel like I had an unusually high stock in every shop. Maybe like 5% of the shops had less than 10 grapes in them from other players doing this. So I'm going to operate on the assumption that I'll be getting like at least 700 grapes per lap. But let me go ahead and start making these into wine because I want to do the math and figure out how many hours I should expect it to take for this to finish. Off we go. Alright, so we're about to get an XP drop. Not as big of an XP drop, but we will get an XP drop here. Don't think it's quite going to ding us to 82 if I did my math right. And then, was that enough time for the grapes to restock? Doesn't look like it. That fucks up my plan a little bit. 174,400 XP. Pretty close to 82, not all the way. Yeah, that fucks up my plan a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be able to exclusively work on leveling cooking. Let me just make sure that that's not like a fluke. You know, that there didn't just happen to be somebody on the same server as me buying grapes there. Okay, so it was a bit of a fluke that the stock was that low, but it's definitely not enough. Like, there are now 7 grapes in stock. I need there to be 10 grapes in stock for my round trip around all the worlds to be worth it. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. I think it's gonna have to be buy all the grapes, make all the grapes into wine, and then go do something else. But I'm gonna have to figure out what the something else is going to be. I think I already have enough money banked, or close to enough money banked, to repay the rune debt. So maybe I can work on rune debt while I'm waiting for the grapes to restock. I could also treat it like I was treating farm runs earlier and just do an episode where I log in for like an hour, make all those grapes, and then log out, and then come back in an hour later and repeat. But it also seems like it's best for me to try to time this around less active hours of the day. There's fewer people competing to buy out all these grapes. Anyway, this is doable. It's going to suck, but it's doable. I'm going to step away. I got to take a break. My brain is melting. Come back in a few seconds. We are still going to do In the General Shadow. Is that what it's called? One of the mini quests. The General Shadow. We're going to do that when we come back. So see you in a few seconds. Bye. Hey, I'm going to try to make this really quick. I forgot to do Tears of Guthix. I want to do it before the day threshold kicks over, so I'm going to knock that out real fast. Runecraft XP, nothing special. This is a record for me. We got close to 190 here. Yeah, 189. Pretty good. That's 64 runecraft without doing any library or runecrafting, and I'm going to bounce. See you in a few seconds.
Hey, you probably saw a couple quick runs there of me trying to buy grapes. I probably won't introduce them if I go to do them. It's nothing you haven't seen before. My wife was just watching TV in the living room, so I couldn't pull up the mic. But yeah, it was not a very good run. I don't know if you saw that from the fast forward. It was 2 runs, and I got 683 grapes. So that was closer to prime time on a Sunday, and about half the worlds had already been plundered. So I'm going to try to only do this at lower play times. But I'm going to go back and do that real quick. We'll do a round of grapes, and then I'm going to see about working on the General Shadow quest. See you in a few. Alright, that's a round of buying grapes. Let's go do the General Shadow. See what all I need for that here. Oh, all pieces of the Ghostly Robe set, apparently. Glad that I built that case for it, essentially. Okay, getting the Ghostly Robes out. Put them right back in at the end of those quests. Oh, that's kind of cool looking. Ring of Visibility, Ghost Speak Amulet. Let's go recharge the Skills Necklace, and we'll get moving here. There he is, General Khazard. Dude we fight all the time. Oh, he's got like a skull. That's cool. Not dead, yet you walk and talk in the Shadow Realm. Explain yourself. Being of great power and experience, I can see and speak to ghosts. For my assistance, they clothe me in their garb. I offer you assistance, General. How do you know me? You look familiar, but I can't place it. I just have one of those faces. How can you tell? You don't really have eyes. There are ways to see that humans can't grasp. You're not of the blood, and I cannot trust you. I'm a very trustworthy person. That's not something I'll take your word on. Whose word would you take? You visited the Sincere, and she judged you trustworthy. I would have use for you. Where would I find her? Find her in Shears village. How do you know someone like the Sincere? It's a long story. I don't have the time to tell it. Okay, interesting. Southwest of the cooking range. Oh, wow, yeah. She's pretty freaky looking. Looking for the Sincere. Look at her portrait. When was this mini quest added? What the fuck? I don't know, 2007. Another one of those holier-than-thou fools wanting to redeem themselves. Trying to join a really evil guy's team. Finally, something worthwhile. It's fun messing with those devotees those first times, but condemning people to an eternity of damnation gets a bit dull. Who are you trying to hook up with? Dark Priest? Warlord? Penguin? I want to prove to General Khazard I'm trustworthy. Oh, that old fart. Bribe or plead? Bribe. If I pay you for the trouble. Now, my character looks so evil in this. Can't imagine you make much money seeing people's sins and all. Oh, there's money in it. I just got invited to many parties. Hold on. Okay, let me see if there's a quick guide. I'd rather follow that. There we go. I don't actually have to see my sins. Just pronounce me trustworthy. I'll pay you and be on my way. Oh no, it's a lie, but I do need the cash, so I'll do it. Give me 40 gold coins and you'll be as trustworthy as a newborn. Here's the money. Declare you trustworthy. If you consider bribing a seer a trustworthy transaction, give this note to Khazard. It'll prove you've been here to see me. I guess he just wanders around this wide area. Oh, there he is. That was easy.
Been to the Sincere. She's made her verdict. So to give you this note to prove I went to see her. The note says you've committed many sins and atrocities in your life. I'm impressed. I will use you. It's been a long time since I left my home in the south. I've lost track of what's going on in the world. It's imperative that I know. I sent 4 scouts to gather information for me. I brought them to walk like me in the Shadow Realm. Be safe from my enemies. I sent them on 4 missions. One was to go to the land of the gnomes and explore their holdings. One was to go to the jungle of the south. One was to explore where the White Knights rule. One was the place I once called home, a place of great heat. I entrust you with a very important message which you must deliver to each one of them. Tell them the planets are nearing alignment and will meet in the place of half-light and ice soon. Trust me to do it, sir. Okay. They had some fun with the Ring of Visibility. Kinda cool. This guy? Ghost Scout. General Khazard sent me. Be a great mage to be able to see me, human. Are you a ghost? Nothing so morbid. I'm a scout for Khazard, and I move more easily through the land unseen. There are enemies everywhere. If you're not a ghost, why do I need an amulet of ghost speak to talk to you? Those who walk fully in the Shadow Realm become warped by it and speak as ghosts do. Khazard says the planet's nearing alignment. We'll meet in the place of half-light and ice soon. How's your mission going? Nothing pleasant about this land. The animals are vile, the temperature is unbearable. Mountain life is more dangerous than the animals. Any idea where the other scouts are? No one was to investigate the gnomes. One headed towards Asgarnia. We'll go to a place of great heat. I have to sneak through a pass. Okay, the desert. Grab a stamina potion here. Stronghold entrance, okay. There's a scout. General Khazard sent me. What news, skinbag? Hey, you don't need to be rude. Your smell disgusts me, so make it quick. Khazard says the planet's nearing alignment, blah blah blah. Glad when this is all over. The general will be strong again and will push back the tide of filth that is humanity. Oh, I'm one of the filth. We were here first. You naive mortals. There were many here before you. The last time the general went north, all this land belonged to the elves. Don't think so highly of your race. Pastor Ardo and I overheard some news. The plague in the west was revealed to be a hoax. King Lothus was executed and our new king now rules in his place. Oh! That's cool. Is this, Oh, I think this is custom dialogue if you beat Song of the Elves before doing this mini-quest, so I guess I'm glad I waited to come and do it. Right on. Who knew they added that? The cultists who think they're so well hidden in the sewers have failed in their ritual. None of the gnomes is peaceful right now. Gluff lost his position as advisor. Next we're going to Falador. I think that's actually south, isn't it? Grab my explorer's ring, will be faster. Hey, there he is. Perfect. General Khazard sent me. Something about planets. I long for the slaughter. These local squabbles and politics bore me. I wonder if the others have begun to move as well. Who are you slaughtering? For your ears, messenger. Enjoying the Draenor Woods? Talk in the village, the Count of Draenor Manor has been slain by a meddling adventurer. That was me. Get in touch with any of the other scouts. Okay. South of Shantae Pass. This theme is extremely nostalgic for me. Like, I had this feeling in my bones when I was playing RuneScape in those first, 100 hours or so. And I kind of remember what it felt like, but it's gone now. It's like I understand the game too well. There's still a lot of mysteries in this game, but that feeling of this game being huge, and the only part of it me having had explored being Lumbridge and Alcarine. Which are good times. There's a scout. General Kazard sent me. Don't sneak up on me. Sorry. You can see my heart pounding. Pretty jumpy for a scout. They'd be made of sturdier stuff. Bring a message from the General. Long for the cold. This place is so hot. General told me of his time spent here, and I can see why he left. His evil lord and master forced him and his kind to reside here. Kazard with a master? Who was it? Said too much already. Fighting in the desert came to a stop. So much distrust between Menaphos and Alcarid. Quest that hasn't been released yet, presumably. Whisperings of the bandit camp that the prisoner of Jaldrock is now free. Followed one called Lazim. He let slip he discovered the buried temple. Desert treasure, right? Sorry. Desert seems to be a hotbed of information. Do you want me to relay this to the General? Let's investigate further. There's a lot of quests down here. You have served the General well. I hope he rewards you. How did you come to his service? Surprised to see someone like me in the Shadow Realm, and I offered him assistance if he needed it. You didn't know him before that? I'm surprised he would speak to someone who did not know of his greatness. He's crazy. He kidnapped innocent people and butchered them in his arena, not to mention sticking that dog on people. Killing it was the best thing I ever heard about. Strange you would serve a man you feel that way about, but I will not doubt the General's judgment. I have a message to take to him. Let her rip. I have nothing to rip, but the message is, we of the blood are still loyal. Pavlov is the messenger. Interesting. General Kazard. Found out the scouts and delivered your message. The last one said I should report back to you. We of the blood are still loyal. Pavlov is the messenger. You serve your purpose. I award you with something appropriate. Cave where the fishmen gather. Go to the east branch of the cave and seek out one who lives in the Shadow Realm. He'll reward you well. Take this. This is the key to your reward. A severed leg. This isn't another hand. Dealt with severed limbs before? It's a long story. Lots of quests to reference in this if you've done most of them before starting this. Don't worry if you lose it, I can always get more to replace it. Okay. I gotta prepare for combat, I guess. I can't use prayer anyway. It's probably fine. I need to bring Dragon's Medallion so I can get out of there too. East of the Fishing Guild. It's this one right here, right? Come here a couple times before for other quests. Run northeast, the crack in the wall. By the rock pile? There's the crack. Bad feeling about crawling into the next cavern. Next game. What the? It's Bouncer, Kazard's Hillhound. Kazard tricked me. This isn't a reward, he's trying to get me killed again. Nice. prayer just doesn't work in here, apparently. Evil presence prevents your prayers from being heard. Okay. Fight a lot of bouncer in the nightmare zone. I threw the leg at it. It's a great animation. Darn spot. I get it. You receive a shadow sword and 2,000 Slayer XP. Okay. And it's just over. Right on. What's the point of the shadow sword? Same melee attack bonus as a black two-handed sword with an additional magic attack bonus. Into the mini quest though, I think, right? Yeah. We just have Enchanted Key and Mage Arena 2. Really don't think Mage Arena 2 is going to be possible, but maybe I'll try it. We'll see how desperate things get. Did not need to bring all that food. I think I ate one thing. Nice. A costume in the wardrobe. I might pop back over to Lumbridge and see what the situation is with grapes restocking. It wasn't that long of a quest there, mini quest, so not great, but I guess if I craft all of the grapes I have banked, that might be enough to restock, so I'm going to give it a shot really quick. Alright, here comes the XP drop. I think we should ding 82 cooking here in about 6 seconds. 316,000 XP. Oh, it happened to be enough to go straight to 83. Didn't realize I was that close. Well, 83 cooking. We need between 6 and 7 more levels, probably 7. Speaking of which, I should start working on making those the stouts or chef's delights or whatever. Maybe I'll do that after buying this round of grapes. Yeah, because it looks like I can buy grapes now after doing the General Shadow quest and making 2 bankfuls worth of wines. So we don't have a ton of time left in the episode. It looks like it takes me about 20 minutes to make 1 lap around all of the worlds, so I'm going to go ahead and restock on grapes. We'll probably call the episode and then... Well, I guess we'll see what time it is. I might take some time to try to get the brew started to make these chef's delights. We'll see. But let's go ahead and buy these grapes. Okay, I finished a round of grape purchases. That one went much better than yesterday. 843 grapes is pretty good for 1 lap. I pulled up what I need to do to make Chef's Delight. It's 2 buckets of water, 2 barley malts. How do I brew stuff? I don't even know where to go to do this. Keldegrim and Port Phasmatis. Okay. So I can get 2 going. So I need a total of 4 barley malt. What's my situation with barley? Did I save my barley from way back when we had that quest that required it? I did. Good job past me, apparently. 4 barley malts. Do I have buckets of water? I just have buckets, but that's fine. 4 buckets of water. 8 chocolate dust. Write that up. I should be able to go buy some of the stuff it's called from that Trouble Brewing minigame that I probably don't ever want to run again because it's kind of like dead content. That requires pieces of 8. Yeah, 50 pieces of 8. Okay. And I need to get ale yeast, which I think I purchased at the place where I do the brewing. Port Phasmatis or Keldrum. I guess we'll go to Keldrum first. Let me go minigame teleport to Trouble Brewing and turn in these pieces of 8. Let me make sure I've got a way to port out of there. That was almost bad. Trouble Brewing. Let's go. The stuff. I won, so I'll have one that's a higher chance of being mature. I guess we need to get a good chunk of these. We want a good chunk of them because we can make a barrel for it in a player-owned house. How many do I need to do that? I need 8 to do that. Okay, so if one of them is normal Chef's Delight, I can use that to make my barrel. That's going to give me kind of like a permanent +5 cooking bonus. It'll let me make the summer pies if I get to 90 without really having to stress out about it. And then maybe I'll look out and make a mature set. Which if I make a mature set, that might be just enough Chef's Delights for me to make the summer pies at 89 cooking instead of 90 cooking, which will save us a couple hours potentially. Anyway, I have the stuff. Let me go get the rest of the things we need to do here. Son of a bitch, I don't think there's a range down here. Alright, we could go to arrange and make barley malt. Yeah, there's a pot in this room. Okay. So, we put in 2 buckets of... I never filled with buckets of water. Is there a water source down here? Please, for the love of God. There is. It's a bit of a walk, but... Bucket of water. So you have to wait like several real-life days for this to work. There's the water, and then 2 barley malts. Okay, and the stuff only gets us a 64% chance of getting that thing we need, but fingers crossed. 4 chocolate dust. Got some chocolate dust of that. 1 ale yeast. Contents have begun to ferment. Chef's Delight is fermenting in this vat. Perfect. Go build another one in Port Phasmatis. Hopefully it'll be ready by the time I'm 89 to 90 cooking. We'll see. We're probably going to want to push through and get 90 just so we don't have to worry about it. Pushing for a mature. Chef's Delight. I'm actually not sure where the other brewing thing is. Is it upstairs somewhere in here? Brewery. It must be in here. Oh, there's a trapdoor, I see. So, bucket of water. Watch both of them be mature, and then I can't build the thing in the player-owned house to get an unlimited number of them. I don't think that's actually going to happen, but I should have done this a while ago. At the end of some other recording so that it would be ready long before I'm close to 89 cooking. Oh well. Too late now. Cool. Alright, we've got 2 vats going. And that will wrap this episode. I'll kind of give a summary of what we're doing next. Okay, so we finally finished 77 Herblore. We finally made all those Saradomin brews. We paid back the brews in the Tin Man Project debt. We've got 527 doses of brew, which I'm really hopeful is going to be enough for our varied attempts on Dragon Slayer 2 coming up in probably fewer than 10 episodes. I don't think it's going to take that long to finish doing the Tin Man project. Next episode, obviously, we're going to continue to buy grapes and try to work on getting close to boost range for 95 cooking. I'm probably going to do the Enchanted Key mini quest next episode, just so we have something to title the episode with. The episode after next, I might try Mage Arena 2, but it seemed really hard, and with all the stuff being in the wilderness, I don't know if it's something that I can afford to risk, but I guess we'll see once we get there. That's 2 episodes from now. I don't have to stress out about it too much right now. Can't really do diaries until we get to 100 combat, which isn't happening anytime soon, so I think the main focus is going to be getting that cooking level up, maybe going on a tour, buying back all of those runes that we need to sell for the Tin Man project. Thanks for watching. It's been a treat as always. We'll see you next episode. Bye. Howdy, folks. Welcome to episode 109. We're so close to the end. We are at 77 Herblore. We've got tons of Saradomin brews banked. I'm working on finishing paying back the Tin Man project, which in this case involves getting to 90-ish cooking to pay back those stupid summer pies I never should have bought. And buying back a bunch of runes, and I would like to finish as many of the mini quests as possible. We are going to do Enchanted Key later this episode. Don't think we're going to be able to do Mage Arena 2 because it's too high risk, but maybe we'll try it next episode, who knows. But I'm going to go ahead and pop back to Lumbridge to make wines out of the grapes that I currently have banked, and then we'll see if the shop is restocked. I took a short break there in between ending the last episode and starting this one, so the restocking may have already happened. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to work. With their XP drop coming in, don't think it's to be enough for 84. Nope, 168,000 something. There's somebody else looting this chest. It is 6 in the morning Pacific time. Guess it's time o'clock somewhere. I'm gonna see if I can do a round of purchasing grapes from the box, as long as this other person didn't buy all of them. And then we'll go find something else to do. Maybe buying runes or something cool like that. Alright, that's 1 lap of grapes. I'm gonna go take a look and see what it realistically is going to cost me if I want to try to buy out runes here. I think I have to do some world hopping because of the whole complicated restocking thing. But I'm just going to go down my Tin Man list and try to buy the runes that I have to pay back here. Let's see. Which do I owe the fewest of? Death runes. Do I have? I might have death runes. I do. Just pay those back right now. Thank you, Barrows, apparently. 1900. Come on. Okay, never mind. So what happened to the in-game audio? I guess it just didn't play the teleport sound effect for whatever reason. 1900 death runes is the number that I've purchased. Those are listed. What other runes do I need? I need to put in 2 anti-poison 4s. Shit. Forget how much it all goes into making anti-poisons. Anti-poison. Maritil and unicorn horn dust in a vial of water. Okay. Do I already have any banks? I bought like 2 of these forever ago. I may have actually already repaid them, but whatever, I don't remember. I have a couple of unicorn horns banked, yeah. I think I would need a total of 3, unfortunately. There until vial of water. Shit, that was a 3-dose. I bought. Okay, if I just sell all 3 of these, then I've made my money. I've done my duty. That's what we're going for. Okay, perfect. So I sold a total of 9 doses. I bought a total of 8 doses before, so we're paid back now. It's fine. Alright, I need... Death runes are done. I need 6,738 nature runes. I'm going to do that one last. 7,400 chaos runes. So how many have I banked from Barrows so far? 2,769? $3,800 law runes. 400 astral runes. I think astral runes you can only buy from... Let me check. I think you can only buy those on the Lunar Isle. Baba Yaga, maybe? Baba Yaga's magic shop. Yeah, let me knock that out really quick. It's an annoying walk, and it's not that many... The Fermentic Sea Boots 3 still give you only 1 teleport to Relica. Alright, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna have to do world hopping to keep this affordable. I need to figure out how much extra gold I'm paying for each rune I buy out of stock. Baba Yaga. Alright, oh, she doesn't sell that many astral runes, does she? 161 coins. That or someone's already bought from this one. Let me world jump and check. Oh, she should have 250 in stock, okay. Somebody else is up to no good here. Let me try world hopping really quick. Oof. This might be difficult to pull off. Can I get astral runes anywhere else? Oh yeah, someone's doing this for profit. I wonder if it would be faster for me to just runecraft them. I do have the pure essences. I think all these shops are like totally bought out. Maybe I can get a high skill total world. It's too bad I don't have like 1750 skill total. I'm getting close to it, but... Okay, so the 1500 skill total world are a little bit better in terms of the number in stock, but it's still not great. Yeah, 95 out of 250 total in stock, I'd be way overpaying. Let me experiment with rune crafting them and see how awful that is. I think I literally just need the essences. I guess I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I lost my large rune pouch. It's a bummer. Because I had that quest. I don't know if I want to, if I care enough to go back into the abyss. I think I can get a teleport to speed this up a little bit, like I can switch to the Lunar Spellbook. I forget which runes that requires, though. Moon Plant Teleport. Uses the Astral Runes. Law Runes and Earth Runes. Okay. And I can always switch back while I'm doing this. Yeah, it's only 400 that I need to repay. This isn't that many trips. I'll get a teeny tiny amount of RuneCraft XP in the process, I guess. Alright, let's see if it's significantly faster because I'm going to be teleporting back now. It uses up 2 of the runes and I'm using up extra. Well, probably better RuneCraft XP, but. Alright, there's 400 Astral Runes crafted instead of purchased. Took too long and resulted in a 16k per hour XP rate. RuneCraft is garbage. I'm gonna go switch my spellbooks back, and we're gonna try to find another rune shop dwarf. Alright, Law Runes I think are going to be the most expensive. It doesn't look like anyone's buying those out. Looks like everyone's trying to buy out Nature Runes, so I might have to pay a premium for those. Or try to craft them myself or something. Let me check. Can I get cheap Nature Runes on like a high skill world? Nope. I guess I'm betting there are bots that just keep this stock low the whole time. There's really nothing you can do about it. Oh well, I'll take care of the Law Runes. That's how many? 3,800. Oh my god. Okay. If I buy 50 of them, that raises the cost by 12 coins per rune. That's not too bad. I guess I should be trying to buy as many runes as I can with each world hop here. So I need Law Runes, Chaos Runes, and Nature Runes if I happen to see one where the stock is cheap, which I don't think is going to happen. So Chaos Runes are 99.50 per pack, 90 coins for 1 Chaos Rune. Most of the packs aren't competitively priced, unless if the pack stock is different. Hold on. Did I pay back all my soul runes, or all soul runes back too? No, I guess I paid those back already. Alright. Okay, I bought out the Chaos Runes and the Law Runes that I need for the Tin Man project, so I'm going to go sell those really quick on the Grand Exchange. And then I got to work on Nature Runes is going to be the hard one. I'm going to need to find another solution for Nature Runes. We'll see how much money I get back from selling these. Alright, Astral Rune sold. That was like 71,000 gold. Mark those guys done. My phone is blowing up this morning for some reason, sorry. 3,800, 7,400, assuming that they sell. If they don't, I'll try to fix that later. I'll relist them for cheaper, obviously. It looks like I'm going to get about 1 million gold back from listing them, so that should help with the Nature Rune part of it.
but that part's going to be uglier than I was anticipating. Let's see. Did I bank a bunch of soft clay? Did I ever do that? No, but there's a place where I can mine for soft clay in Priamthenius. Oh hey, just sold 2,200 runes. So I might try to make my tablets later, my Camelot Teleports, Valador Teleport tablets, and sell those. And get my hands on some Shears. But I'm going to go check and see if the Culinaromancer's chest is restocked with grapes yet, if I've been dicking around for long enough for that to be ready. Oh my god. I'm just going to mute my phone. This is like a family group chat that I thought was done talking like an hour ago. It's still blowing up. Looks like the chest is restocked, so knock that out real quick. Do another round of that, and then maybe we'll work on nature runes. Oh, son of a bitch. At some point I accidentally clicked release all placeholders, thinking that I was releasing all, I thought I was releasing all of these bank placeholders, but I actually released all of my placeholders. Oh, that sucks. So I lost all my herb placeholders and stuff. I'm probably overdue for the bank organization run at some point. Maybe I'll think about doing that later. Oh well. Alright, that wraps a round of grape purchasing. I'm going to pop over to Priamthenius and see if that merchant is also thoroughly botted. And I'm probably going to take a break pretty soon here. But I just wanted to see if it's available right away. It is not botted. This might be my solution. Well, at least there's at least one server where it has a full stock, so not necessarily the same thing. If I buy 50 per server, that's going to take a while. I'm going to have to do 50. I don't think I can do more than that because the price spikes really fast. Okay, so I just did the math. If I buy 50 per server, it's going to cost me about 1.5 million gold to buy all this. It's probably going to take me a while. I'll go ahead and do a round of servers since I'm going to have to wait for them to restock anyway. But hey, Song of the Elves paying off. Alright, I finished manually buying 6,738 nature runes from the Priamthenius rune store. Really glad we had access to this one because all the other rune stores in the game appeared to be heavily botted for their stocks. So I'm going to go sell these, and that gets us really close to being done with Tin Man. I mean, Summer Pie is the big one. That's going to take probably another 10 plus hours to finish, but we just need to make Camelot Teleports, a Valador Teleport, and get some Shears, which I guess. I bet I can just go find some Shears on the ground. I can't believe I never, paid that back earlier. Maybe while I'm here, I'll pop over to the soft clay mine? What's the thing? Where is that? So Shears can be bought in general stores, okay. Is there a general store here? I knock that out. Soft clay mine. Soft clay. Okay, here's southeastern part of the city, okay. See if I can stop at a general store on my way there. I think that's actually a farming store. Pub, not a brewery. General store's also in the southeast, perfect.
But this is a general store that doesn't sell shears, of course not. There. I'll track somebody down later that does. See, I need 16 soft clay. I might want to get more later to make more teletaps for other reasons, but... Cave entrance, Soho's bank. Turn mine. Oh wow. These soft clay rocks? Iron. It's coal. Coal. These guys over here, maybe? Soft clay, perfect. Guess there's a way for me to get, like, if you wear the bracelet that turns hard clay into soft clay on these, that it just gives you 2 soft clay per mine, which would be great if I go to make more teletaps later. But I really just need enough to pay my Tin Man bills now. Hop over to my lectern. Need to make 8 Camelot Teleports. Oh right, because I already paid some of them back. I forgot about that. Okay, I need to make 1 Falador Teleport. God, when did I buy that? That must have been so long ago. I need water rune, son of a bitch. I need, like, a water rune. I might actually make a profit on these nature runes. As silly as that is. That I sold instantly, wow. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and mark those as repaid. Yeah, I think I actually made a small profit. Like, not enough to make that worth doing as a money-making method, but... I guess I ended up paying more for the nature runes over the course of the game than I guess I needed to actually get to Brythenas to be able to do it, so that's part of the magic of Tin Man mode, I guess. Okay, well that means that all of the runes are repaid. It's very exciting. It leaves us with 8 Camelot Teleports, which I'm going to go ahead and list now. I guess the Chaos runes still need to be fully repaid here. Camelot Teleports are done. Let's put that off as 15. Relist these slightly cheaper, I guess. 64 coins each, maybe? It's not the trading value. 63? I'll just leave them at 62. Oh, here they go. Half of them just sold. I like to mark them done. I don't want to have to keep thinking about coming back to relist them later. Alright, it's just about there. Probably will be done by the time I finish crafting the teleport tablet here. Almost. Falador. Done. And I'm kind of shocked at how easy the payback ended up being. I didn't actually spend any money. I needed to have some seed income in order to be able to, like, start buying the runes from shops, but it turns out the shop price is actually pretty close to the Grand Exchange price on the whole. Okay, Falador Teleport is sold. Chaos runes are almost done. I'll pull up and show the Tin Man spreadsheet here in a second. I guess I'll go get the shears first. There, the chaos runes are done. Awesome. Okay, so shears. Where can I get shears? Shears. Varrock General Store? Varrock General Store has them. Okay. Where is the Bedrock Gem store? Oh, right there. Shears. Yeah, I think I only maybe spent, after getting the money back from selling the runes, I think I only actually spent a couple 100,000 gold. So maybe that was, well, you could argue that it was unnecessary for me to feel like I needed to pay back the runes in the first place, since it really has never been that different for me buying them from shops. But I'm glad that it's done, that we didn't make any weird exceptions to the rule. There are the shears, so all going in the log. Alright, and let me pull up the Tin Man spreadsheet to show what we have left over. Okay, here's the sheet. Look how beautiful this is. Just to review, we have... Oh, jeez. We have repaid all 15 Camelot Teleports, Camelot Teleport, Earth Body, and Water Runes, which I must have just bought really early on as a quick convenience. The Charcoal, the Edible Seaweed, the Shears, Pure Essence, which I think we bought and then immediately repaid because I felt guilty right away for making an exception. 12 Willow Branches, which we got for, was it Enlightened Journey? Some quest where I was like, I just want to finish the quest, I don't have to wait till tomorrow morning to, harvest this tree. A bucket, which I think was a quick, I think that was, bought that bucket from the Grand Exchange while buying the Mithril gear during Priest in Peril way back in like episode 3 or something. Mithril set, which was the first stress, that was really the biggest loan that we took mechanically. I mean, I guess you could argue that Ceradomin Brews are a pretty big mechanical loan from the future. But Mithril set, all these runes just finished repaying across the board. Actually repaid the Cosmic runes forever ago from doing the Shazian gang busting. Soul runes I think we were able to repay from running, doing Slayer in the Korend Catacombs. Death runes we repaid without having to buy runes, that was just from doing lots of barrows. Ceradomin Brews has been the focus of the last, 10 episodes. Anti-fire potions, we got there on the way to Ceradomin Brews. Anti-poisons we repaid today. I think we just bought those as a convenience a long time ago. I'm thinking about maybe doing the Dragon Bones, Big Bones, and Zogre Bones. So something to do in between buying grapes. Probably do that pretty soon. And just a reminder that we bought back these rune arrows and soul heads several episodes ago. I'm not going to worry about these high alch items. I could technically sell a magic longbow back, and I could go gather 100 ruby harvests. Unfortunately, the Torn Prayer Scroll. So when we did this, I was like, I'm going to try out High Alchemy. Yeah, my phone will not stop today. I'm going to try out High Alchemy. I'm just going to look for items that have arbitrage potential, and unfortunately, one of the items that I picked is one that's from a raid that I can't conceivably get solo, as far as I know. So I can't actually get that Torn Prayer Scroll back. We're just going to stick with the, well, you just bought it to test out High Alchemy, you never actually used the item. It just resulted in 65 magic XP that you could have gotten from high alching any other item in the game. Not really that big of a deal. Doesn't merit being repaid. Now, if I had bought the Torn Prayer Scroll and then used it, I think it teaches you a prayer or something, then I might be a little bit stressed out and want to go pay it back. But it just got high alched instantly, so no big deal. But I think we're going to have some gap time while I buy grapes. I might go ahead and get these 80 Dragon Bones, 1 Big Bone, and 3 Zogre Bones back, and at least clear those out, and just say that we were borrowing from our future selves and not be stressed out and depressed about losing bones in the wilderness. That's why we chalked them up to a loan. Alright, and of course the summer pies remain. That's the focus of these last couple episodes here, is repaying that debt, the 27 summer pies, but I think we'll get there. Alright, back to let me go see if the grapes are restocked now. If they are, I'll go ahead and use them. Oh yeah. if the grapes are restocked, I'll go ahead and buy a round of them, and then I might go ahead and use them, and like I think we'll be at like 2,400 banked grapes. Turn them all in the wine, and then maybe we'll see if that's enough time passed to buy another round of grapes. And then I need to do Enchanted Key at some point this episode, so I have to figure out when I'm fitting that in. But away we go. So the stock is just short of 10. It's at 9, so I'm going to go ahead and mix a few wines just to allow the stock to regenerate here. Okay, we have about 2,500 grapes banked. I need to take a short break, actually, rather than make these all into wine right away. Maybe by the time I get back, there'll be time for me to buy another 800. And then, of course, later this episode, we are going to do Enchanted Key. So I'll see you in a few seconds. Getting close to the end. Pretty exciting. Hey there, I stepped away for a long enough time that the chest should be restocked. We're going to buy another round of grapes. Alright, did another round of grapes. I think I can probably make all of these into wine and then see if grapes are restocked, because I think we've got like more than 3, maybe 4 banked right now, so let's give that a shot. Big ol' XP drop coming in about 9 seconds here. Definitely going to take us to 84. Might take us to 85. I didn't do the math on it. I guess we're about to find out. 2, 1, 668,000 and change. Got us to 85. Actually, almost got us to 86. Which is pretty cool. Cooking is now 85. You can now cook wild pie. Great. I can make the Slayer pie for myself if I needed to for any reason. I am going to buy some more grapes here, but I got to step away from my machine for just a minute or two. I'll be right back. I'm not going to split the recording. It's just going to fast forward. It's a pretty good grape buying lap. Got almost 900. So the calculator says that we need 9,000 more jugs of wine to get to 90. So that's seeming very doable. The closer we get, the less intimidating it seems. Fortunately, I already have all the jugs of water from when I did that at TwitchCon, like, about 400, 500 hours ago. So thank you, Past Me, for getting that done and getting that out of the way. I need to step away now for stream, so when I come back, the chest will probably be regenerated. I'll probably go through and buy another set of them, and then I think we'll go ahead and knock out the Enchanted Key mini quest just to make sure that that's done. And then once Enchanted Key is done, continue to do grapes. My hope is that we will finish getting cooking to 90, if not this episode, very early next episode. And then next episode also make the summer pies, assuming that I can allow enough time to pass for those Chef's Delights to be ready. And then once that's done, spend the rest of next episode doing some final prep for Dragon Slayer 2, and the episode after that, I hope, will be Dragon Slayer 2, the Quest Cape, and the end of this incredible, incredible journey. But I need to step away to get ready for stream. I'll see you in a few seconds. Thanks. Hey, I'm back. I've got a small amount of time post-stream. I'm just going to buy grapes, and then we'll probably buy some more grapes, and then hopefully go to Enchanted Key after that. I'll pop in if anything interesting happens. So, for reference, it's like it's 5:55 Pacific time. It's right in the middle of prime time after my stream is done. And instead of 5% of the shops having a depleted grape inventory, it's like 5% of the shops have a full inventory. Usually they have one or two. I'm going to finish going down the list and buy what I can since I've already started, but I might just not bother with this when I do post-stream stuff because there's bots or there's somebody out there burning through the grapes, and they're not doing it when I wake up early in the morning, so we'll go back to depending on the early morning grapes, I guess. Okay, so that wasn't super great because a lot of servers were down on stock, but I was ahead on the last run, so we still ended up with 1,600 grapes over 2 runs, which isn't bad. I'm going to wake up in the morning and do this again to get us to 2,400-ish grapes, and then I'll probably go do Enchanted Key, and hopefully enough time will have passed after Enchanted Key to get up another 800 grapes or so. We're getting close. We don't quite need that many water jugs. Let me do the math here. We need 9,027, so we got 700 extra jugs we don't actually need to use to get to 90. I think that I ended up getting some extra XP from completing quests and just barbarian fishing and other stuff, which is why we've got extra water jugs there. But that saves us an entire grape run, so that's cool. I'll be back in a few seconds from your perspective to do more grapes and do Enchanted Key. We'll see you. Hey, howdy. Batch of grapes, and then we're going to go check out Enchanted Key. Alright, so that was my lap of grape purchases. Let's go work on Enchanted Key. Good. You gotta take the key off the key ring first. Check keys. Enchanted Key. Remove this key. Clear out these bank fillers for now. Grab a ring of dueling. Should be great. I think I have Enchanted Key started, right? Should be able to see what else I can find with the help of the key. Okay. Wait, that's the ancestral key. Did I click the wrong one? I'm confused. Key to find hidden treasure. Okay, I think I have it now. That was weird. Feel Enchanted Key. It's cold. The first one's always south of Relica. Very hot and warmer than last time. Okay, so we're in the right area. Oh shit, I need a spade. Oops. Don't think I have quick or easy access to one, so I have to go buy one real fast. Or stop back at the bank. Key is steaming. It must be below your feet. Mithril ore, steel arrows. Cool. It's cold. Ooh, falling off. Level 40 agility shortcut at level 73 agility. Guess it happens. Gotta check a couple other ones, because now it's a random order, I guess. Very hot and warmer than last time. I might be right then. Burning hot and warmer than last time. Key is steaming. Alright. Pure essence, iron ore. Where is it next? Freezing? Dang. Okay. Let's try a few locations here. Cold but warmer than last time at Falador. Okay. Bridge, maybe?
Warm and warmer than last time. Let's see. Father Ernie's house. Get out in the swamp? Yeah, okay. It's warm but colder than last time. Okay, so maybe this is wrong. Maybe it's in Alcarid. Colder than last time. Shit. And where is it? Like, what else is near here? Warm but colder. Okay. Should grab some stamina potions. Might get to a bank next time. Is there one in, like, Draenor? Very hot and warmer than last time. What? Maybe it is in the swamp and it's just... You have to go a long way to get in there, you know? I bet that's it. Right below your feet. Mind runes and ore. Okay. Let's see, what does it say now? It's freezing. Let's try Varrock. Varrock. It's freezing and colder than last time. Shit. Okay, well, it's probably not Varrock or Alcarid. Let's try the Gnome Stronghold, maybe. Burning hot and warmer than last time. Awesome. West of the Spirit Tree. Shit. Nice. You found some treasure. Well, that worked out. Go back to the Great Exchange. I do like the hot and cold stuff. Cold but warmer than last time. It's not showing as freezing. Warmer than last time. Warm and warmer than last time. Okay, my guess is that it's at the Barbarian Village. Body Altar. Which is near here, right? Yeah, it's like over here. Hey, I remember farming dwarves here, my weirdest Slayer task. Somewhere around here. Let's see. Is it further southish, maybe? It is. Tea is steaming. You found some treasure. It's freezing. Okay. Let's try... Alcarid, maybe? Freezing and colder than last time. Okay. So that's not right. North of Varrock. Freezing but warmer. So it's far from Alcarid. It's not the exam center then. Could be Falador? Question mark. Freezing but warmer. So it's gotta be Mud Skipper Point then, right? I think so. I don't think that the shop will have restocked by the time I finish Enchanted Key. I might have to find something else to do here. Maybe I can start work on Mage Arena 2 or something. We'll see. AIQ. Colder? Really? Well, shit. Oh wait, it could still be south of Gnome Stronghold, couldn't it? Okay, hold up. Scrolled past that one and marked it complete-ish in error. That's the last place it can be, so it has to be there. So I'll go ahead and grab... I think I used up my Necklaces of Passage already. Yeah. Southwest of the Troll, the Gnome Stronghold. Yeah, okay. It's outside the fence, right? Okay, yeah. Burning hot. Oh, it's over here somewhere, I think. Key is steaming. It's freezing. Alright, let's try Dual Arena since it's on the opposite side of the world. It's warmer in Alcarid. Which is maybe the exam center. Which I think I'm technically closer to, but I can't get to because there's not a way through the fence to it. I could go up through that part of the fence.
The fact that it still shows as warm, though, suggests that maybe it's the Grand Exchange one. Okay, yeah, I don't think that's right. Let's try the Grand Exchange. Maybe this one's Mudskipper Point? Warmer than last time. This one might be Mudskipper Point. So may as well just run down there now. Yeah, it's Mudskipper. Okay. Key is steaming. There it is. Okay. It's cold. Sure, all the places I can directly warp to, you know. It's not the Grand Exchange. Colder than last time tells me it's probably south of Falador now. Yeah, okay. Thought those ones might end up right next to each other. Burning hot. Key is steaming. Hey, Saradomin Mjolnir. It's more like a spear than a hammer, but okay. Where are we going next? It's cold. Cold but warmer. Alcarid. Warm and warmer. Pawns north of the Alcarid Bank. Okay, so it's the exam center. Even knowing the possible locations, it's kind of fun to try to triangulate by like jumping to all the extremes. Key is steaming. Got another Guthix Mjolnir. So this one could be Varrock. Yeah. Is this like by the counter or something? Right below your feet, you found some treasure. And the last one has to be Alcarid. Yeah. I think it's actually on that side. Shit, apparently this is all valid. Find some items with the key dissolves in your hand. Zamarak Mjolnir. If I can deposit those. Hey! Look at that. So every mini quest in the game is complete except Mage Arena 2. Every quest in the game is complete except Dragon Slayer 2. I will go check to see what the restock situation looks like on the Culinaromancer's chest. And then maybe I'll look into what it would take to start Mage Arena 2, which, again, don't think is going to happen, but may as well look into it. It's actually pretty close to being... Oops, sorry, I cut that off. It's getting pretty close to being fully restocked, so what can I do that will take a short amount of time? Guess I'll do the research on Mage Arena 2. Mage Arena 2. Cast Saradomin Strike, Flames of Zamarak, and Claws of Guthix outside the Mage Arena. Unlock the god spells and use them outside the arena. They must be cast 100 times inside the arena. Bring 100 casts of the spell you want to unlock, together with some prayer potions for protection from magic. Only need to cast it 100 times. Okay. There is a bank in the Mage Arena, so head in there and then I'll give this a shot. Why not? Maybe it's less difficult than I was thinking it was going to be. Lever. The wiki says that players sometimes dress up as a Saradomin mage to trick you into skull tricking yourself. I guess I've got the names above everyone's heads to help me with that, but it's kind of funny. Okay, so I need runes for 100 casts, right? Saradomin Staff, Saradomin Strike requires... So 2 times 100 is I need 200 fire runes. Excuse me. 200 blood runes. And 400 air runes. Okay. Then we need the Ceradomin staff, which I think I've got banked here somewhere. So I've got a bunch of extra capes, so I'll bring those too. Herblore strike. I don't think there's anything else I want to bring in there. It says it doesn't matter whether they hit or not, so that helps. So I'm going to bring some prayer potions. So I can just pray the whole time I'm in there. Should be fine, I think. Maybe a couple pieces of food just in case of an emergency. Alright, so how do I actually get in there is the question. Hey, Collodion. Mage Arena. Located in the deep wilderness. Access the Mage Arena's lower level. How do I get in there? Need to train the strike claw. Okay. Oh yeah, claim runes. I forgot about that. He gives you 20 free random runes. Right on. So is it this thing that gets me in there? Or is this just take me back outside? Okay, I think I just have to go into the front door over here, maybe? I never actually went in there, so I'm not clear. Here we go. Okay. Guess I probably could have brought like proselyte or something. See how this goes with the setup here. Seems pretty doable. Be taking an annoying amount of time, but there's really no one here harassing me, you know? This thing can't auto-cast it, can it? No, that would be too good. Feel the wrath of Cathix. Should be caster 100. Your ability to cast Stardom and Strike. Congratulations, blah blah blah. I was being attacked, so I couldn't read the whole thing. Now I think I can just get out of here and just do the same thing for the other two spells. And once I have that, I should be prepped to do this. To do Mage Arena 2, so maybe it's less difficult than I thought it was going to be. I think the enemies we have to fight in the wilderness are still pretty hard, and I'm going to be careful what I risk bringing out there to fight them, but at least get this prerequisite out of the way. Okay, let's see. I want to get the other staves. Go back and pray to a different statue. Okay. I need to bring some money to this Chamber Guardian. Okay, hold on. Just only bring out as much as I need, just in case I accidentally forget to put it back, right? 160,000 will pay for both of them, I think. Buy one Zamarak staff. Buy one, I think it's Gothic staff. Okay. Great, the statue of Gothics. These are pretty easy to restock on, huh? I think I realized I could have done this before. Flames of Zamarak. Uses more fire runes, fewer air runes. Okay. Now, next. Go ahead and bring Proselyte this time, since it doesn't matter if it splashes. Get this back easily. Get this back easily. This back. I want to have the God Cloak. I have prayer on a necklace. I do. It's the holy symbol, right? I like burn one of those for a quest or something. Oh no, there it is. I don't think I have prayer on a shield. I'm trying to think. Elder Shield doesn't have like +1 prayer, does it? Oh, it totally does. Perfect. Boots definitely don't have prayer though, right?
gloves. Only the Barrow's gloves have prayer on them. Let me probably look this up, right? Prayer. Prayer bonus we want. Prayer bonus. Prayer items. Gloves. Blessed bracers, white gloves. Just making sure I don't have those. Nope. But boots. Windows. Boots. Guardian. No. Okay, this is as good as I'm going to get for prayer bonus, I think. So Flames of Zamarak requires 400 fire runes. $200 blood runes. And 100 air runes. Okay. Please don't let me get attacked by a rando. Guessing very few people do this content. It's not a great place to PK people. Especially since you can do it with like 0 risk. I'm risking having to get the proselyte armor and the holy symbol back, and then the other things I can just get for free. So it's not that big of a deal. Save me some prayer potions though. Okay, here we go. Hey, can now cast Flames of Zamarak outside the arena, and I use half as much prayer potion. Alright, just one more. I don't think I'm going to do Mage Arena 2 this episode. We'll save that for next episode. Oh, we're close to being out of time this episode, aren't we? Yeah. But I'll start it. I'll turn it yellow in the quest log. Just to get the prerequisite out of the way. So we want Gothics, please. Okay. And then Claws of Gothics is 100 fire runes, 200 blood runes. I guess maybe the reason I didn't do this originally was because I didn't have blood runes. They seemed crazy expensive, which they are, but I've gotten a bajillion of them from doing like Slayer monsters. I've dropped a lot of them. I should restock my basic elemental runes later. Alright, that should be good. Claws of Gothics. Let's go. Alright, here goes Claws of Gothics. I guess you can think of qualifying for the prerequisites for this quest as costing 340,000 gold. A little bit more for the other runes, but blood runes cost 181,000 gold to get 600 of them, and then you need 160,000 to get the 2 extra god staves. So, it would make sense that I would do this super late in the playthrough when I don't really need gold too much anymore, after the Tin Man project has pretty much been repaid, and all the gold we needed to spend on the construction has been sunk already. I think I will make an honest effort at completing this quest. We'll see how difficult the bosses are out in the wilderness, and how much I have to risk to fight them, but it feels like it could be doable, could be possible, maybe. Alright, didn't even have to use any prayer potions that run. The Dream. And we never got harassed. Well, I guess let me make it back into the safe room before I declare that. Proselyte armor is the shit. Sweet. Prerequisites met. Alright, let me bank all this stuff really quick. Go ahead and start the quest. Hello, Collodian. You enjoying the bloodshed? It's not bad, I've seen worse. Any more challenges available?
One of the most powerful mages in existence, but even my power has limitations. Some beings that have power exceeding even my own. Detected 3 life forces within the wilderness, each of them giving out a strange magical power, one unlike any I've ever felt before. If we could harness the power of these beings, I can imbue your god cave with that power, greatly increasing its potential. Great, I'm waiting for an improvement. Kill these 3 beings or bring me their remains. Even in death, their power should be great enough for me to harness it for our own uses. Take this enchanted symbol to gods, it'll guide you to the creatures. Bring me the remains of all 3 mystical beings. Do this and I'll imbue your combined power into a single god cape of your choice. Cool. Now it's yellow. Awesome. It wasn't so hard. Certainly was less hard than I thought it was going to be. Use up more bank spaces, but I really saw my placeholders on accident, so it's fine. Let's go back to Lumbridge and buy some more grapes. What else am I doing with my life right now? I think that's it. I guess I'll go refill my prayer. I didn't come here with full prayer. Alright, that is the end of the lap there with grapes. Do I want to start using these now, or do I want to wrap this episode early? Now I'm wondering if I can actually finish cooking next episode, because that's a fucking shitload of grapes to combine. I should go back and watch the VOD and figure out how long it takes me to do 1,000 wines when I already have them banked. So I'm actually not super sure about that. It might be a couple episodes to go. We'll see. Maybe we'll do Mage Arena 2 next episode, and then Summer Pie is the episode after that, and then Dragon Slayer 2 the episode after that. Who knows? I know there's about an hour left in this episode, but I don't think I can mix these wines in time. I've got other stuff to do, but the other stuff I want to do is all going to take more than an hour, like Mage Arena 2 and that sort of a thing. So I think I'm going to wrap this one a little early, give some extra time to the next one. Maybe that'll help us out with finishing cooking, depending on how many breaks I end up taking, how many trips back to the grapes I have. So thanks for watching. It's been a treat. We finished Enchanted Key. I am hoping that we can actually have a completely green quest list. Earlier I was saying I'm going to skip the mini quests, or I'm at least going to skip Mage Arena 2. Don't think we're going to do that, and I think that the playthrough will be better for it. Next episode, I'm going to continue to get grapes. We need to get up to like 9,000. I'll probably stop when I get to 9,000 grapes. Let me double check the calculation here. I know I did it earlier in the episode, but I didn't write it down. What's the magic number? 9,027. So if we do, let's call it 9,050, it'd be an easy shorthand. Although at some point I'm probably going to want to make the wine, because it's going to take so long to make the wine that the grapes will restock. I think it's around 3,000 that you end up having enough banked that doing one lap will get you a restock. So yeah, I think we'll start next episode trying Mage Arena 2. We will come back and make all the grapes, or we'll do another lap of grapes, I should say, then we'll make as much wine as possible, and then we'll do another lap of grapes. Then we'll find something else to do, and hopefully get really close to 90 cooking. I also need to check and see if my breweries are done. Let me do that really quick before this episode ends. I'm curious to see. This should only take a quick minute. I don't think either of them are done, but just in case they happen to be early, it would be nice to know. And then we'll wrap. Oh shit, Chef's Light's done. That's super exciting. Okay, let me go get some... Man, that actually wasn't expected. I can do some stuff with that now before we wrap the episode. I need to get some beer glasses. Is there somewhere that's easy for me to get those? Let me check. Beer glass. Kitchen shelf. Awesome. That's unexpected and cool. I think I need 8 of them. Did I build the shelves? I'm starting to think that I didn't. Oh wait, here we go. Search shelves. Beer glass. I think I just got all of them. That's 8. I make 100% sure that I know what I'm doing here before we commit to anything. Chef's Delight barrel. Okay. 8 Chef's Delights, 2 steel bars, 3 oak planks. 3 oak planks, good job past me for storing those. 2 steel bars. So that's going to be awesome. That's going to mean I was worried that I was going to finish 90 cooking before I got enough of these, since there's a chance that you can fail. But now I'm going to have an infinite source of a +5 cooking bonus. So getting to 90, I don't have to get any higher than that. I don't have to fish for boosts. I don't have to catch gourmet implings to try to get a Chef's Delight. I can just sit in the house and make as many summer pies as I want once we get to 90. Which should be very feasible. So this is extremely exciting. Wait, where did... I can't take the glasses out of the house, son of a bitch. Alright. Didn't know that was a thing. Beer glass. I can just craft some, right? I've got molten glass, don't I? Maybe? Or do I have a bunch of regular beers in my bank, maybe? Not really. I guess let's just go to Birthorpe. I guess there's one that spawns on the desk there, huh? Do you have to, telegraph it or something? Oh no. 2 per world, not bad. Okay. 3rd time's a charm. There we go. It's 8 Chef's Delights. Wonderful. Chef Delight's barrel. Barrel space in the kitchen. Okay. That's the only barrel I can conceivably want. Build barrel space. Oh, I need a hammer and saw, don't I? Yeah. Alright. Yes, yes. Alright. Infinite Chef's Delights. You get out of build mode. I almost hit remove thinking it would give me the Chef's Delights if I removed it. Don't think that's what that means. Use an empty beer glass to get an infinite source of Chef's Delight. Okay. But I don't think I'm allowed to take out of the player-owned house, but that's fine. So I drink it, +5 cooking, and now it's 90. Cool! That's extremely exciting. I am going to go ahead and stop off at Keldagrim to see if the mature one is done cooking, because it would save me some time. If I get 8 mature Chef's Delights, then I can probably make the summer pies that I need to pay things back. But I know now that I can get to 90 and securely make as many pies as I need without having to stress about timing things perfectly. I'm guessing that the mature, the fact that the Chef's Delight was done in less than 24 hours, I think it was 18 hours. So generally, on average, takes 2 to 3 days to finish. I got pretty lucky that it finished that early. Chef's Delight is still fermenting in this fat. Okay, got it. So we're not there yet. Alright, well, I already gave my sign-off, so you know what's coming up next episode. Thanks for watching. We're super close. We even got the boost, the permanent boost, so we just need 5 more levels of cooking, which is going to require about 9,050 more wines to be crafted. And in terms of banked grapes, we're about 1/3 of the way there, so just need to do that 3 more times, and then we'll be ready for Dragon Slayer 2. See you next time. Bye. Howdy friends, it's episode 110. Getting super close to the end here, about 1/3 of the way to 90 with the grapes we currently have banked, so we need to bank about 6,000 more. I am going to go ahead and try Mage Arena 2. I had mentioned way earlier that I didn't want to do the mini quests, but it seems like it might be possible, so I'm going to get some gear together that I can replace, and then we're going to head out into the wilderness, and I'm going to give it an honest shot. So we'll fast forward a bit as I do some banking to figure out what I'm bringing. I guess it seems prudent to scout for them first before we actually attempt to fight them, so I'm actually not going to bring anything on my first run. We'll come back and get some gear. I'm just going to bring something that'll let me pop out of there. Some wines. So I think using the thing that lets me search actually damages me, which is super rude. Knife. Go ahead and bring a stamina potion. And the enchanted symbol itself. Okay. I guess let's start at the Chaos Temple. Activate enchanted symbol. Oh, I can pick which one I want to look for. Okay. Let's do Saradomin first. Very cold. Oh, they just moved. Okay. Warmer than last time. See if any of them are close to here. Very cold. Okay, so I think I'm actually closest to Saradomin right now. Let's see. Colder than last time. Alright, so it's more up this way. Very cold, but colder. So maybe it's west. Very cold, but colder. How is that possible? Let me try going to the lava maze. Get away from where players teleported and they don't just PK me instantly. Very cold, warmer than last time. Cold. Gothix is a little bit closer, it looks like. Okay. Apparently should have brought more wines, damn. Very cold. Still going in the right direction, it looks like. It's warm and warmer than last time, okay. Cool. And I'm in 30 wilderness now, so I can warp out. Cold, but colder than last time. Warm and warmer. Cold, but colder. Is it near the... Warm and warmer. Maybe it's near the mining area. Okay, so this is... this mining area. Let me take a screenshot really quick. Pick up from here and keep scouting. I think I got 45 minutes until it despawns, so... Alright. 30 minutes. Have to make some more burning amulets later. Super frustrating to try to get red topaz. I think I have like 30 minutes to kill him, so I'm gonna try to put some gear together here that I know I can replace. Okay, so I think I want to do a defense potion. Let me see if I can mix it with some of this crystal dust so it lasts the whole time. I don't think I can do that with the magic potion. I'd have to boost my my Herblore. And I want to cast charge, because that should last the entire time I'm out there. So let me figure out what all goes into that. 3 blood, 3 air, 3 fire. Hopefully that's enough. Let's get everything else out and ready to go. I guess I'm going to bring Saradomin Brew. May as well use them, right? Clears all stat changes if you do that, okay. Bring some Super Restore then, I guess. Probably just bring some regular prayer potions, and the rest can probably just be food. 1 prayer potion is probably enough if I've got a Super Restore. What else am I going to do, right? Hopefully that'll cut it. Let's see.
Okay, please don't die or get PK'd. It would be an extreme bummer. Please don't let there be anyone at the wilderness lava maze. Oh, I forgot to drink a stamina potion. Hopefully I can just run there without running out. Little scary, just a teensy bit. Especially since I have to manually cast the whole time. Shit, I don't want to run into these green dragons. Do not have a anti-dragon fire shield. Stay far away from the Black Chins area so not to accidentally draw some attention to myself. Oh shit. There's another player. Oh, but if I hop worlds, is it in a different location? God, I hope not. I guess I can always hop back. Once I get past where the player was. They might not have actually been there to hurt anybody, but I can't say for sure. So we're just a hair northeast of the gate here. Turn on my protection. Go ahead and spawn the guy. Okay, there he is. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed. Gotta kill his energy balls when he spawns. Otherwise they heal him. And he can ice barrage me, which is fucking great. This is actually pretty difficult. Looks like casting charge is a really good idea before coming out here. We might be okay. We might get our first kill here. Just need to get out of here without dying afterward. So I shouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. We're not done yet. So another ball. Killed it. Perfect. Teleblock spell. Expire in 1 minute. Rude. I guess I can't teleport where I found him anyway, but... Don't spawn a healing ball right when you're almost dead, dude. It's not classy. Kill him before he heals? I can. Alright. Get his roots and get out of here, and wish I had brought some stamina potion. Alright, now we just have to make it out of here alive. Jesus. Oh, the teleblock's been removed because you killed it. Okay. Didn't know that was a thing. Good to know. Stay far afield of the bad guys. The Black Chins. Just want to run due south, please. Just gotta do 2 more of those now. Feels doable. Challenging, but doable. Okay, we survived. Fantastic. I'm actually gonna want to stop over and drop off this Ents route really quick so I never have to do it again. Let me deposit everything here. Okay, so items you'll keep on death if not Skulled includes the thing that I'm turning in, so this should be pretty safe. Just let me go ahead and drink a dose of stamina potion here. And to think I was saying I was never going to do this quest because it seemed too hard. I think I was mostly worried about the 100 casts in the Mage Arena thing that seemed trivial to do. Alright, bringing him Derwin's remains. Got the remains of the Guthixian Ent. Excellent work. We aren't finished yet. Bring the remains of all 3 magical beings. I'll imbue your combined power into a single god game of your choice. It's officially scratched off. Don't have to worry about that ever again. I'm gonna pop outside here really quick and just see if they happen to be close to here, you know. Cold, colder than last time. Very cold, colder than last time. Okay, so Ceradomin's a little bit closer to here, I guess. Go ahead and grab my seed pod and a bunch of wine. I'm gonna look for Zamarak since it looks like he might be further from the northern edge of the map. Okay. Away we go.
Or if I can do some locating without being in the wilderness, just to get like an X-axis. Doesn't seem to work here, okay. Whatever you say, game. Very cold, colder than last time. Just run really far north then. Still very cold. I can figure out how the Obelisk Teleport works. I think it just warps you somewhere at random, right? I guess you have to be standing in here for a while for it to work. So you can't escape getting PK'd with it, I guess. Maybe it just happens to be warping me here. Probably shouldn't be close to this thing in case people actually use this to get around, you know? Just keep running. I think once I get to 30-ish wilderness, oh shit. Cold but warmer. Cold, the same temperature. Okay, so west is correct. Still very cold. Colder than last time. So I'm going west. Probably bring some actual energy potions next time. Very cold but warmer. Check for these Dargons. Oh shit. Okay, so I think it's due north here. Just gotta get on the other side of the Lava Dragon Maze. Really been on the wrong side of the map the entire time. It's frustrating. One over here is mining, seriously? Interesting choice. So Zamarak actually fairly close to the Mage Arena. Saradomin is warm and warmer than last time. Watch him be really close to where fought Gothics. It's funny. Hot. Okay, so I can get there via that switch. That's good to know. Hot. There's that gate, which is the easiest way to get out here. Very hot. Okay, so it's over here somewhere. Near that thing. Let me try to warp out of here now. We'll just use the Mage Arena Teleport, because I think I can go straight to that gate. Royal Seed Pod, paying the bills. So the Saradomin boss does like a wave attack that pulls you into him, and then he like melees you really fast, so I think you want to be really careful. Step out of the way of that when you see a trigger. It's going to be tough because I have to manually cast everything. I have to manually do that also. I think I'm going to play it extra super safe and make 100% certain where his spawn is before we go fight him. That might be overkill though. I ended up leaving with extra food. Never mind. Go restore stats and then set up. Remember to drink some stamina potion this time. I'm gonna buy some runes. I don't want to. It would suck to run out of them. The clock is ticking on everything resetting. Yeah, I think I only have like 10 minutes, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. But I think after I kill the Saradomin boss, I'm gonna go see if that's enough time has passed for me to buy grapes. I might have to make some wines first to force it. Should be enough. Just so I can get a longer time limit to fight the Zamarak boss. Okay, gear first. This time we need the Saradomin staff. Didn't actually end up needing the prayer bonus, or at least I never ran out of prayer while killing it last time. Mirror shield seemed fine. Need the runes, right? Hopefully that's enough. I think it is. Okay, fingers crossed. Zero Nomad Strike. Oh, right, let me drink a. Gotta do a couple more things before we head out there. Drink a dose of Magic Potion. I guess we'll do a dose of Super Defense. Now we can go. Oh, I know, Stamina. Fingers crossed. This guy seems a bit harder than the last boss. I guess he can't heal, which is nice, but I get in trouble if he pulls me in. Very hot. Colder shit. Should have finished finding him for sure. I thought I was pretty close. Make sure my buff lasts this whole time, right? Tell me it's on the other side of this lava. Low. He was super close to where Guthix guy was. Don't get poisoned, that would be extremely bad. Just keep running. De-aggro you. Incredibly hot and colder shit. Watch it be in the middle of fucking poison spiders. Visibly shaking and burns the touch. There he is. I'll try to lure him over here if I can. And not having to deal with getting poisoned in the meantime. Okay, I think we're okay. Shit, maybe not. This is bad news, bears. Okay, that guy left. That's the attack? What's the wave attack? This is incredibly stressful. I should put on the heart rate monitor for this one. He hasn't done his special move yet. It's pretty cool looking as far as enemy looks go. I'm just super lucky that he's not using it. God. Oh yeah, heart rate's going. Should have turned on the monitor next time, Gadget. I think we almost got him here. Just don't do anything stupid here. Okay. Get the thing and get the fuck out of here. Don't get poisoned. God. Get fucking poisoned. Okay, run. Run, 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 run. Don't run past anything interesting, whatever you do. I think this is actually very close to where we fought the Guthix guy. Whew. Yeah, I think we'll go do grapes after this. Take a break. Come back and finish it. It's got to be pretty close to resetting. Commune, commune, commune. Whew. Alright, that was cool. That's pretty neat. And it's very easy to psych yourself out about stuff in this game. Helps to just, like, try it sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna turn this hand in, and then we'll do some wine buying. See if they've restocked yet. Items kept on death. Good. Don't want to lose those. After all that. I can't believe we're actually going to finish Mage Arena 2. I had really written off all the mini-quests, and it was like killing me every time I would look at the quest list and see a bunch of reds in there. Like, yeah, I'm never going to do those. Got the remains of Sarah Dominus just to shear. Excellent work. We aren't finished yet. Name the remains of all 3 magical beings. Still need to bring Collodian Parazdir's remains. Okay. Let's go do something less stressful. Let's buy wines for 20 minutes. And then maybe we'll come back and look for the last guy. Not quite fully restocked yet. I guess I can go try to do the last one. Oh, alright. It should be really close to the position reset time. It's set every 45 minutes, and we've been recording for 49 minutes. And we first searched it, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes into the episode, so we'll see, I guess. Just confirm that it hasn't reset yet before I warp up there. Okay, yeah, just repositioned. Perfect. Very cold, colder than last time. And just let's check up north. We can always warp from there. Well, I guess we can't because of the way the amulet works. Because this is the other extreme, right? Hot! That's convenient. Close to somewhere that I can get to easily. Same temperature as last time. Could even bank from near here, that would be great. Oh man. This is like the most convenient thing possible. Forgot to bring a stamina potion. Okay, so now we find out if it's west. Colder than last time still. Okay, so I think it's east of this, which isn't as convenient, but still pretty convenient. I can still go bank inside the Mage Arena spot. Shit. Really should have brought stamina potion. Makes a difference. Warmer than last time. Very hot, warmer than last time. Just don't let it be down with the scorpions. I really don't want to get poisoned. Oh no, good. I guess that means it isn't. I guess I can drink a super anti-poison before I leave this time, just in case I have to run past something that is poisonous. Very hot. Do we think it's through the gate? Incredibly hot. Okay, so I think it's probably south of the gate. Or maybe not. Oh no, it must be. Oh god, that's not good. Run! Die to a fucking boss. I'm so dead. I think it just teleported me or something. Okay, well I'm out of healing, so I'm gonna try to walk back really quick and bank up. I think I can do this. So we're pretty sure where it is. Ron. That scared the shit out of me. Maybe we still want to go to Clan Wars and restore stats and stuff, so I don't want to do it all from in here, but this is how I'll get out safely. Okay, got our full kit here. Let's see. What was the potion strategy? We wanted a super defense potion. We needed a full restore potion. Well, we never actually use all of that prayer potion, so I can probably just bring extra food. Okay. Want a magic potion, be able to cast charge. And we want... I think that's it, right? Oh, a stamina potion before we leave. And a full inventory of food after that. And let's go. Hopefully that'll do it. Oh, I wanted to drink a single... Oh, there's no poison risk. I hope. Maybe there is. I didn't actually finish confirming its location. I just got to the point where it said incredibly hot. Shit. Come on. Slash the web. You can do it. Stress this poor Aaron guy out. Run past him in all this murder gear. There he is. Perfect. So I think I only have to stay several squares away from him and I'm safe from his super move. He's actually the easiest one. I'm lucky to do him last. He might hit harder with his normal attacks, though. It's going well so far. Going really well so far. And that was the big scary attack he just hit me with, and I did like basically no damage, I think. Gives you a chance to run away from him. Alright. So that can still hit me? Okay. Listen to say. If I start running close to it, is it going to do 80 damage and one-shot me? That would be a bummer. Teleblock has been removed, and I'm really close to the Mage Arena, so I'm just going to walk over there. Yeah, holy shit, we actually did Mage Arena 2. Well, don't count my chickens until we get there. Mage Arena 2 was doable. Let's say that. It's definitely true. Chickens counted or not. Just saw someone who might actually be a risk. Okay. Keep running. I was way more scared about the Justiciar because of the poison spiders everywhere, so I didn't put on the heart rate monitor, but it wasn't really necessary because I was super close to shit. I think I hopped in time, hopefully. Oh, they'd hop too. Please don't. Well, the fact that they hopped twice tells me that maybe they didn't want to fight. Come on, I'm so close. I've never actually seen anyone near this building before. Pull lever. Okay, we're safe. Whew. Got the remains of the Zamarakian demon. Hand me the god cape you wish to have imbued with great power. Okay, I think we want to do the Ceradomin one, because I like the color blue. I don't think it really matters which one you pick. I guess it affects what runes you use to cast it, but it's always the same number of blood runes. That's the only thing that really matters. View your Ceradomin cape. Yes, please. Takes your cape and imbues with the power of the gods who are handing it back. If we don't imbue any more capes, bring me the remains of the respective creature. Oh, the conflicting powers of the staff and cape drive them apart. Okay. That's pretty cool looking. Very neat. So I think that the deal with this cape is that it gives me a plus 2% magic damage bonus and a plus 15 magic attack bonus, where the normal god cape is only a plus 10. So that's a pretty good magic gear boost, stat boost. Alright, now let's go buy some grapes. And let's celebrate this green list. Oh my god. Oh, that's so awesome. I know there's still one, Dragon Slayer 2. It's going to be the end. So remember flashing back to episode 1, looking at this insane all-red list. Feels so good. Okay, we just finished a grape lap. I'm going to go take a break, make some breakfast, maybe take a shower. Come back, we'll make some wines. I'm going to try to not make all of the wines, even though it's tempting to get a giant XP drop again. I think what I'll do is I will do however many wines are needed to gain a level, and then check the wine stock, and then do again the number of wines needed to gain a level, check the wine stock, and so on. Just so I'm not wasting time that the wine stock could be regenerating. I'll be back in a few seconds. This has been a really productive episode so far, just since we finished Mage Arena 2. See ya. Yo, I'm back.
showered, got some food in front of me, about to watch a video of someone talking about Frozen 2. Let's see what the deal is with... Okay, it's not done restocking, so I'm gonna... Let me just check really quick. Reset the counters. Make 1 jug of wine and have it tell me how many I need here. Max is 14. $281. That shouldn't be too bad. That probably won't be enough for the stock, so I'll just do a few more after that and see how close that gets us. Okay, here goes wine fermenting. Cooking 86. Very cool. Figure out how many I need to get to 87 real quick. I'm just going to make a single wine. I'm going to see if stuff restocked. Looks like someone else is here buying grapes, because of course they are. 1580 to 87. Okay. Can work with that. Not quite fully restocked here. Oh, sorry, I was chewing off mute. Maybe I was smart enough to mute that. In post-production, 2 years from now, whenever I edit this video. In that case, let me go ahead and make a few more of these to try to get to the shops being restocked. So I'm not going to do all 1580. Maybe I'll just do a couple hundred. Okay, looks like restocking is done. I went ahead and got a 64k XP drop there. Get my money out and we'll do a round of purchases. Alright, I just finished my grape lap. We're going to make 1,257 wines and then see how the restocking is going. Probably not good enough, but we'll hit 87 cooking in the meantime. Screwed up the big XP drop a second ago, but cooking 87. I'm going to see if the shop is restocked by grapes. It is not. We'll keep going to the next level here. Let me see how much that's going to be. 2,050 grapes to 88. Let's go. Got a big XP drop there, 50% of the way to 88. Looks like these shops have restocked with grapes, so I'm going to buy some more grapes. Just finished my grape buying lap. Let's make 1,294 wines. Here we go. Here's our XP drop. 88 cooking. 2 levels to go. Oh boy. I can't buy my grapes yet because I haven't finished restocking. So we're just going to keep making wines from what we got. Since we're getting super close to 90 cooking, I decided to look up, hey, just out of curiosity, like, what are the ingredients of a summer pie? Turns out watermelon is one of them, and I used to have a big stack of watermelons, and I wasted them all making super compost. So, after I go through my next lap of buying grapes, I think I'm going to go quickly plant watermelon seeds in all my allotment patches. Hopefully that should be enough to make the 27 or so summer pies that we need to pay back the debt. Alright, we're about to have a big XP drop. That was all of the grapes that I had bought. It's not going to be enough to hit 89, but it's going to be close-ish? Question mark? 283,662%. Not that close. Alright, it's time for me to do a lap buying grapes. So I'm going to do that really quick. That's going to put me pretty close to the start of my stream time, so I might pop out and plant some watermelon seeds. If I don't, I'll just do it after the next grape lap. I'm getting to the point where, like, I don't want to do a lot of content in between buying these grapes. Like, I kind of just want the next episode to be a clean, full episode attempt at Dragon Slayer 2. Yeah, given that Dragon Slayer 2 is the end of the series as well, I feel like at that point I no longer have to break the episodes into 8-hour chunks, right? I could just make an arbitrarily long episode, however long it takes me, once I start doing Dragon Slayer 2 to finish it. That's what we'll do. I think, if I remember correctly, Song of the Elves was close to 8 hours. Because I was bad at it was part of it. We'll see how many attempts things take. And that would make the final episode 111? I guess it's a fun number? I don't know. Not as fun as 99 or 100, but that ship sailed a while ago. So I only need about 800 more grapes in order to get to 89, which is a little bit more than a single grape lap, depending on what the stock looks like. It is possible that after I come back from stream that the Chef's Delight in Keldagrim will be done brewing, and there's a 64% chance that it will be mature Chef's Delight, and if it is, then that should be enough to make all of the summer pies, I think. Because it'll be 8 doses of Chef's Delight, I only need to make 27. Even if I'm really, really slow with it, that should be more than enough. It's also likely that's not going to happen. I'm going to, as a backup plan, to go ahead and get 90 cooking, but we'll check it out. If it happens, that'd be cool. Save some time. I still have to plant watermelon seeds, though, so I'll try to do that sooner rather than later. I forget what we need to do to protect watermelon seeds. I unfortunately ripped up all of my white lilies that I had planted everywhere before because I needed limpwort roots for leveling Herblore. So I guess I'll look into that also. Actually, now that I think about it, Ultra Compost, if I put Ultra Compost on every allotment patch, it should be more than fine. So I'll probably just do that. I only need 27 watermelons, and I've got some banked already, so I probably don't even have to plant them in every patch. I could just do like the Assidious patch and be pretty fine. Yeah, we only need like 13. Okay, not that stressful. Wow, so that almost couldn't be more convenient. Like, there are almost exactly
And well, it looks like there's even slightly more grapes available to buy on that last lap of grape purchasing in order to get us exactly to 89. So if the mature Chef's Delight is an option, it'll be available right away. We won't have to do another grape lap. So I guess that means when I come back, I should check on the Chef's Delight before I buy more grapes. I will go check right now, and then I'll go plant some watermelon seeds, and then I gotta step away to prepare for stream. So I'll be back soon. Go grab the watermelon seeds now. Hoping that with the Ultra Compost, that's just enough for both of those those two allotments. Should give us enough watermelons to make all of the summer pies we need. Watch me end up being extremely wrong about that, but I can hope. Okay, now I'm gonna go check the Keldegrim place, see if it finished brewing, and then I'm gonna pop away. Still fermenting. I guess I'll just log off here, because when I log back in I can check right away before we go buy more grapes. Cool. See you in a few seconds. So close to the end. So close. Yo, I am back. It looks like we are not lucky. It did not ferment during stream. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get another round of grapes, assuming that we're going to have to take it to 90. I'll come back before we sign off for the night. I think we'll do a round of grapes, and we'll make wine out of all the grapes we have, and then see if it's done by then. Oh, I should go check on those watermelons. Let's do that first here. It occurred to me after I signed off that it's possible that I can burn these summer pies, so I need more than just the 13 watermelons. So I should be careful about that. Oh, some of them died even with Ultra Compost. Yikes. More reason to plant a bunch of them, I guess. That was a pretty good harvest. It was almost all the ones I need if I never burned any of them, but I will burn some of them, especially since I can't use the Hosidius range. I need to be using my Chef's Delights inside my house. So let's go ahead and plant some more just to play it safe. Did I put those seeds back? Doesn't seem like something I would do. I did, huh? Okay. Planted some teak seeds, and I'm going to go ahead and check on the ones on Fossil Island, just because it should ding me at 78. Farming, which doesn't particularly matter. The reason I'd like to ding 78 farming, then I could boost to 81 to make dragon fruit trees, which I can use dragon fruit trees to make dragon fruit pies, which are how I boost fletching. Oh shit, one of the teak trees died. It must have been really close to the end of its life cycle. Oh, I'm gonna be just short of hitting 78. Oh, that blows. 989 XP to go. Are you kidding me? Jesus. Probably get the level up from harvesting these watermelons. I'm being denied my instant gratification. If I had worn the farming kit to come check them, I might have had enough. Might have made enough of a difference. Ugh. Alright, back to grapes. That's the main focus here. Get that farming level up later, apparently. Easily one of my best ever runs in terms of, like, buying up grapes. Yeah, we got close to 1,000. It's really, really good. Usually doesn't play that well. And it's like 8:24 p.m. Pacific time? Guess you just lucked out that no one else happens to be doing it right now. So I'm going to make these into wines before I go to bed. But I'm just going to quickly check. May as well check and see if that stuff finished maturing. There we go. I can talk. The brewery. It's done brewing or not. Barely any time has passed, but it doesn't take much time for me to check. Assuming it's not done, we'll just go back to the lumberage basement and craft these wines. Doesn't look like it. I guess I'm not buying more grapes, so I'll go ahead and just make them the bank here. Or I can just go to bed now, build up the stock to like 2,600 grapes, which might be enough, which when I'm done making all of them into wines, that it'll immediately open up the next set of stock. So it's late in the evening for me. I'd like to get Dragon Slayer 2 done in mostly one sitting or one session. So I don't want to split it up too much over the morning. Maybe I don't want to do that. What do you think? We're so close to the end, it's kind of surreal. Screw it, I can make some progress if I make the wines now. I'll just do it. I'll at least be able to finish hitting 89. Alright, about to get an XP drop that'll put us at 89 cooking. And I'm going to go to the fermenting vat, see if it's ready. It shouldn't be, not that much time has passed, but then I'll log off there. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? I guess the calculator was wrong. I need 3 more. Son of a bitch. So go ahead and do it while I'm walking. I'll log off there, and if I wake up in the morning and it's ready, then I'll celebrate, and we won't have to get to 90, but if it's not ready, then I'll go ahead and push to 90. Technically need 4, because 3 will only get me 600 XP, right? Cooking 89. 1 to go to be 100% guaranteed to make summer pies forever. And that is the last thing you can make with cooking. I think getting to 99 cooking is just a vanity thing. You don't get access to anything new. Okay, it is not ready, but that's okay. We'll wake up in the morning, see if it's ready. If it is, and it's mature, then we are done. We just have to go to gather all of those watermelon seeds that I planted, and then go to the Hasidious kitchen, and I'm probably going to bring about double, I'm going to assume a 50% burn rate, so I'm going to bring about double the ingredients that we would need. Make the 27 summer pies, repay the debt, and then hopefully next episode start on Dragon Slayer 2. I might have to go over on time this episode. If I do, I think that's okay, because like I said, Dragon Slayer 2, the final episode in the Questscape, I'm going to remove the 8-hour time limit. Let's let it take as much time as it needs and call it the final episode, even if we have to like step out in the middle of it to go do, I don't know, a couple hours of Nightmare Zone to get enough points to get the imbued Sav Amulet, so that we can get an accuracy boost against Undead. Anyway, I'm going to go to sleep. I'll be back in a few seconds. Hopefully when we wake up, this will have fermented. See you soon. Good morning. Sadly, it is not done fermenting, so let's go harvest watermelons and then buy some more grapes. Or, wait, no, let's do it in the other order. Let's buy grapes and then harvest watermelons. Turns out I was insanely lucky that first batch finished in the first, 15-ish hours. Alright, money. Alright, so that is now our most productive grape lap. I think there were only 3 servers that didn't have a full stock. So it was like a little over 1,100 grapes. Pretty good. I actually saw a Reddit post today. Today's December the 4th, 2019, and there's a post complaining that a lot of people aren't able to log into the game, which apparently isn't affecting us. So maybe that's why I was able to buy all those grapes without any competition. I need to do one more grape run. After one more grape run, I will have enough grapes to get 90 cooking. We need 2520. We're at 1940, so it doesn't even have to be a particularly good grape run. Like, a good chunk of them, over a quarter of them, can be stocked out, and we should be fine. But I'm going to go ahead and check on my watermelons. And then let's see, we've got about 2 hours left in the episode, which most of it's probably going to have to be spent actually leveling cooking, like actually making the wines. So I'm not going to have a ton of time to do some of the other stuff I was talking about, like getting the imbued salve amulet or paying back the dragon bones. But dragon bones are the things that I'm considering going to do while we wait for a restock. And then just running late with the episode until 90 cooking is achieved, the summer pies are purchased. Because like I said, the Dragon Slayer 2 episode is just going to be arbitrarily long. I'm not going to limit it to 8 hours. I guess talking about plans after Dragon Slayer 2, after the Quest Cape, I will probably continue to play this game. Definitely not as aggressively. I'm going to need to take a pretty significant break before I play it too much more. But one of the things that I've been wanting to do, one of the things that I would have done if I wasn't like recording this, would be spend a ton of time in the Nightmare Zone, just getting a really high combat level. I did that shortly after finishing all Master Quests, and I'm like, I don't want there to be 20 consecutive episodes of nothing but Nightmare Zone. But once the Quest Cape's complete, I'm going to stop worrying about the 8-hour limit per episode, and I'm probably just going to like do a super cut of dozens of hours in the Nightmare Zone, because I can do that while doing all sorts of stream work, while doing literally anything other than RuneScape, because it's so AFK. So maybe after a break, hey, there's Farming 78. Denied it last night, but I got it this morning. Maybe after a bit of a break, you'll see a super cut of about 100, and not super cut, it's still going to be the whole thing recorded, but you'll see, a fast-forwarded 100 consecutive hours of Nightmare Zone. Maybe we'll increase the fast-forward rate from 64x to 128 or something like that to make it slightly more tolerable. But let's cross that bridge when we get a little bit closer to it. Damn, just got 35 watermelons from a single patch. That's pretty great. Okay, I should have more than enough watermelons now to make all of the 27 summer pies. So I might have to buy the other ingredients. Maybe I should do that early so that we're ready to go as soon as we hit 90 cooking. Let me look that up real quick. I think that involves the Culinaromancer's chest. Let's see. Summer pie. I'm actually not sure. I wonder how much of it I can put together before hitting 90 cooking. If I can just put the whole thing together, and then I need 90 to put it on the range. Pastry dough. Strawberry, watermelon, apple. Okay, so we want to get it at least double the ingredients, assuming a 50% burn rate. Nope, need to be 95 to be able to even make the unfinished pies, which I actually didn't think about that. That would mean even with the mature stouts, like it would be really hard for me to maintain that boost for long enough. So I'm just going to have to sit and play around how, like, actually making these pies is going to be a pain in the ass that I didn't really think about. The most prep I can do is making the pie shells, but I have to be 95 for the entire process of putting the strawberry on the pie shell, and then putting the watermelon on the pie shell, and then putting the apple on the pie shell, and then cooking it on the range. So yeah, I think getting to 90, even if I had gotten the mature boost, there might not have been enough time. Alright, I'm going to try to earn back those 80 dragon bones. Why not? We wait for the shop to restock. Might have to pop out and get some more broad bolts later. Forgot about that. Oh, I already have 10 banked. Nice. 70. Suppose I will bring 1 potato with cheese. Wait, no. Don't need that. I want a full inventory to bring back. This is kind of nostalgic now that I'm not wanting to die getting the 70 prayer. Oh, I guess I didn't explain this in episode. We got PK'd several times while leveling prayer to 70 and lost 80 dragon bones. It was super depressing at the time because it represented like lots and lots of work. So I ended up just saying, hey, if we die and lose stuff, then it's okay to buy it from the Grand Exchange. But just to like remove any doubt, I'm going to get those bones back and sell them back to the Grand Exchange. So I'm trying to get up to 80 bones, sell them on the GE, maybe go get the Zogre, well, definitely go get the Zogre bones and the big bones back. This is almost certainly going to take us over time for this episode. Because just the act of making all of the wines is probably would take us over time if I had the grapes for them now. But we won't worry about it too much this episode, and we're not going to worry about it too much next episode either. From this point forward, the 8 hours per episode rule is suspended. Alright, we're almost done. We need 21 more dragon bones. Definitely going way over time. That's fine. I wanted to grab a thing. Right, let's alch this. And let's head back down into the caves. 21 is the magic number. I'm gonna go grab the Zogre bones that I bought after dying. And I might already have a big bone banked, so it would be silly if I didn't. Okay, I think I have all of the dragon bones. Let me check. I'm gonna wait to sell them until I have the Zogre bones and the big bones. Yep, debt effectively repaid. I actually do have to go get some big bones. That's so dumb, but okay. Let me alch this thing really quick. What's an easy thing to kill for big bones? Whatever, it's fine. I think the Zogres are close to Castle Wars. Three Zogre bones, so hopefully this doesn't take too much time. I think I can do it safely. Okay, got all 3 Zogre bones. Need to get 1 big bones now. Apparently I just burned through all of them earlier. There might be like an ogre over here that I can kill, maybe? Let's see. These are all just people you can talk to. Moss Giants seem like a good option for big bones. Classic. We walked past them way back in episode 1. Big bones. Okay, now we can right almost all of the wrongs of this playthrough. Just need to do summer pies after this one, which is going to take a bit bit of elbow grease to go do one more grape lap. I guess I'll stop in Keldegrim and see if my mature things are done, but like we've discovered earlier, I don't think there's going to be enough time, even among 8 of them, to make all the pies. Especially since it's possible to burn some of them. Don't really care how much money I get for these. Literally just want to dump them. Okay, I will mark the Zogre bones and the big bones as repaid. Forget this whole it's okay to buy stuff back if you die thing. Although we might need to enforce that rule with Dragon Slayer 2. I don't know how many, if there's any parts of Dragon Slayer 2 where it's possible to permanently lose stuff, or if there's like a NPC that stores your shit for you. 246,000 gold. Alright, it is done. It is finished. I'm going to mark... Here, I guess I'll show it on stream. Second, or on the video. Alright, here's the Tin Man project. Look how clean everything is. We're going to say 81.3. Repaid. It is finished. Okay, so this is the last thing. Summer pie is right here. That's all we gotta do. Need to make 27 of them, super close, and then I will start Dragon Slayer 2 next episode. Let's go get the grapes we need, though. I guess I'll check Keldegrim first, and then we'll get the grapes. Nope, not ready yet. Let's go hit 90. Okay, I think I've finished buying grapes for forever. I think I have enough grapes to get me all the way to 90 cooking. So now we just have to actually do the work, knock it out. When this is done, I will never cook again. Well, maybe I'll go for 99 at some point, but that's super distant future, not happening anytime soon. No way. But let's get cracking, get cooking. Go ahead and turn on my classic grinding music, alternative route. Invigorating. Nice. Oh shit, I think the game is about to crash. I'm gonna miss my big XP drop. It's a bummer. Yeah, connection lost. Huh. Did I lose my entire internet? Or is this a RuneScape thing? This is my whole internet. How climactic for the end of the summer pie shit. Alright, well, I gotta do a split and come back and do the rest of them. I'll be back in a few seconds. This is done. Thanks, Comcast. Hey, I just got reconnected. Unfortunately, I think with the way that wine XP drops work, that the XP drop happened while I was disconnected, so I missed the XP drop, and a pretty significant one too, but you saw all of the wine happening, so I guess that's the part that matters. Let me just do one quick wine to see how many it projects that I have remaining to do. Tried calling Comcast and they were entirely unhelpful, as usual. Yep, the XP went through. Looks like we missed out on a
pretty giant drop. That's too bad. I'll go ahead and finish the rest of it, though. I've only got 357 grapes left to go, so knock that out real quick. Suddenly having a really bad lag problem. I have a feeling I'm about to lose connection again here pretty soon. We'll see. I almost never lag in this game, too. It's probably Comcast. I guess the XP drop happened. One of them happened there because of the lag. Oh well. We're going to get to 90. That's all that matters. It doesn't have to be in one giant XP drop. It doesn't change anything. The last grapes. It's happening. This is the end. This last batch of like 9 grapes is going to carry us. I'm probably not keen enough in 2 years to edit in when I first bought these stupid fucking summer pies. But I imagine like a slow-mo replay of that, and then my record skip edit where I came in and said this is the biggest mistake I ever made in the playthrough. It's about to get paid back. 90 cooking. 90! Oh, it's so close to being over. I'm so happy. Let me go to Keldegrim. I'm just curious if, in fact, if the Chef's Delight is done, then I can use it at the Hasidious kitchen and maybe spare myself some trouble. I'll turn the Tornado Root off here. It probably isn't done, though, so we'll just do it all from the Playground House with the Chef's Gauntlets. This is super exciting. Once that entire Tin Man project spreadsheet is green, everything shows as repaid. We are there. And we're not going to have to go over by, we're slightly over an hour, which is about within the range we've gone over on episodes in the past, so nothing particularly out of the ordinary. It is not ready. That's completely fine. The only thing that's going to suck about this is it's going to be a little bit tricky, because I'm going to have to go in the house with some of the ingredients, go to the bank. It's going to be dumb. Holy shit, what the hell world am I on? There's so many people here. Alright, let's do some things to make this less miserable. Let's bring an air staff. Save some inventory space. Let's make everything with the strawberries, right? I guess before I do this, let me get like a dueling ring or something so I can get to a bank really fast. Perfect. I guess I'll bring a graceful set too. Okay. So we want to do withdraw X 13 pie shells and 13 strawberries. Do this round first. So we go to the kitchen. I do have a range in here. Get on past me for doing that. I think I need to get a attack. Oh, right. To get a beer glass from the shelf. It's not a beer glass, it's a porcelain cup. Get a beer glass from the shelf. Use it on the Chef's Delight. Consume the Chef's Delight, drop the glass, pick the pie shell back up, use the pie shell with the strawberry. Oh my god, it's happening. It's happening finally. Oh my god, this is so exciting. Okay, I just have to do that several more times. Different ingredients every time. So we have Castle Wars, we deposit those 13 part summer pies. Seriously, man, just says goodbye. Weird. Okay. So let's do it again. 13 pie shells, 13 strawberries. Teleport to house. Same deal. Can't believe this is really happening. I've been thinking about this. I think TwitchCon, I was at like hour 300 of the playthrough. That's when I filled all those water jugs, which, way to go past me. I guess it would have been a little bit faster if I had waited until I had Humidify, and maybe I could have gotten some magic XP out of it also. But whatever, it's done. Need not ever happen again. Drink the chef's delight, drop the beer glass, get the pie shell, do it all over again. Oh, and eat a fucking strawberry, god damn it. Really hope that I'm not like one pie away from finishing this because I ate that stupid strawberry. And I'll just fast forward through this. Come back once we actually go to cook it. Or do the next ingredient at least. I think I might have a trick to slightly speed this up. I think if I drink another Chef's Delight right before I warp to Castle Wars, I might be able to do some things from... Oh, seriously? Right, because the buff timer ran out. That's dumb. I might be able to do some things from Castle Wars while the buff is still running, because I can't bring the Chef's Delight out of the house with me, but I can keep the buff after I teleport. Problem is it doesn't affect the stat countdown timer. Okay, so now let's try doing the watermelons. Be able to do some of them from here. Yeah, that saves me several trips if I do it right. Yeah, doing it this way about cuts trips in half, so that's quite nice. One more batch of these. Then I need to add apples onto them. And then we need to go try to cook them. I think I'm going to have to do it on the range in here. Unfortunately, I can't go to the Insidious range. I don't think the buff will last long enough to get me there. Alright, using the cooking apples, we're getting our unfinished summer pies. This is so awesome. Can't believe this is actually happening after all this time. Flashing back to TwitchCon, just filling water jugs in the hotel room. Super fun times. Alright, let me go ahead and grab the Chef's Gauntlets now before I forget. And then 2 more runs with these. I need 27 pies to pay back the stupid debt. It's the last batch of unfinished pies here, and then I just have to bring them all to my playground house and pray when we cook them. Alright, so we have 51 banked. I need 27, so I have slightly worse than... Hopefully the burn rate's not 50%. Hopefully it's slightly better than that with the gloves on. Guess we'll find out here in a second. I panicked for a second that I wasn't recording, but we are. Everything's fine. There's nothing to worry about. Raw summer pie. Yeah, I don't think I could have done this if I had the mature glasses. I'm glad we went ahead and pushed through. So I'm going to go ahead and let the stat decay here so I have as much time to cook as possible. Okay. Drop the beer glass, pick these guys up. Here we go, we're cooking summer pies, it's happening, oh my god. Oh, it's so awesome. I'm so happy this is happening. So far, burn rate seems pretty decent. Oh, the XP per pie on the, final item in the game for cooking is only 60 higher than the XP per item on the wine, and it has, 6 steps to make it. So the stuff in this game is kind of out of whack. Oh, the burn rate's so low. I think we're going to be fine. He says, immediately triggering a burnt pie. Yeah, we're going to be more than fine. Fantastic. Oh, if it's on a range, it'll keep cooking even if your skill degrades? Good to know. Yeah, that was only 4 burns, and we made 22, so we only need 5 more! Oh my god. Giddy as a schoolgirl. How did I fuck that up so badly before? Got the summer pies in my bank again for the first time in many hours. Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Okay, let's go ahead and cook this last batch. I'm going to bring some fire runes with me so I can go to the Grand Exchange and sell them. I don't know if there's anything I'm going to need to do in Dragon Slayer 2 that's going to require agility, but if there is, dagnabbit, I'm going to have some agility boosts. Beer glass. We were so lucky that that first brew matured in the space of less than 24 hours. It seems like that's really uncommon. I would have had to put the entire playthrough on hold for several days until it finished otherwise. But I wasn't going to keep leveling up to 95 cooking. I'm not a psychopath. Here's the last one. 27 summer pies. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's fucking over. I'm gonna go ahead and cook the rest of them because why not, right? But have some in the bank. This game is legitimately fun, and I enjoy it, and it is a series of dopamine hits. We talk a lot on stream about the difference between feeling accomplished after doing something difficult versus feeling relieved, and a lot of the feeling in RuneScape is feeling relieved that something is over and you never have to do it again. I don't know, it feels different than the relief of beating a tough boss that you're no longer having fun with, right? It's the feeling of never having to do something again, never having to make wine again, being able to cook everything in the game. It's pretty great. And look at the stat screen. It's so nice. Total level 1694. Alright, it is time to sell exactly 27... Let me go to a different world. This is too many people. Oh, it's the... Okay, 302, that's why. Let's go to an elite snob world. Sell this stuff. Alright, we need a bunch of fanfare. An era has come to an end. Stake has been repaid and only took several extra episodes beyond what we strictly needed to do. I'm going to save some of them here. 27 summer buys. And I'm going to sell them for a steal. Someone's going to get a really great deal. Can't believe they're only 800 coins each. That's how I bought 100 of them before. See, what happened was I bought 100 and then I sold 73 back after realizing my mistake. That's why we're only selling 27 right now, because we've already sold a chunk of them. I'm going to make a whopping 19,440 coins out of this. Jesus. 3, 2, 1... It's over. It's over. It's fucking over. Those pies were earned. The way you're supposed to earn them, by playing the game without using the Grand Exchange. Oh my god. Okay, let's do it. Let's fill in this number. 100. Repaid. Oh my god. Look at this document. Everything is repaid. The 3 things we high out we're not going to worry about because I never actually used the items. This amounts to, I don't know, 210 magic XP or something. It's over. Huh. Awesome. Okay. It's done. It is complete. Everything that we needed to do to finish this almost 900-hour playthrough of a video game. The next longest game I've played on stream is probably 70 hours, one of the fucking Persona games or something, and I have had 1,000 times more fun per second, per time step in this game than I did in Persona, so I'm glad that the longest game we're playing is one that I've been having a blast playing. Next episode is Dragon Slayer 2, The End. That's when we get the quest cape, once it's finished. I'm going to put no time limit on the episode. It's just going to go until we finish it. There will be more quests coming out in the future after Dragon Slayer 2. Sins of the Father is one that's announced for early 2020. It's currently December 4th, 2019 in my time. So I will do those quests as they're released. But I think this is going to mark the end of 8-hour episodes. After this, I'll still continue to record everything we do in RuneScape. But we might do really long recorded stretches, so I might record 100 hours of Nightmare Zone and then fast forward it a ton all in one episode, since we're at the point in the game where grinds are so long that you kind of need to do that to have anything interesting happen in a video. I'm going to step away and celebrate. I'm going to make myself some breakfast, do a little dance. My character do a little dance? We haven't done enough of that, right?
Cheer. Jump for joy. I know that's right. No one around here knows what I'm so excited about. Do a jig. Do a regular dance. Yeah. That's how I would dance too. Alternate legs that I lift in the air. Next episode, Dragon Slayer 2. It's probably going to end up being like... I said something like I want to do it all in one session, but that's not how I did Monkey Madness 2 or Song of the Elves. Both of those quests were extremely stressful, and I kept taking breaks every hour or two, and it's probably going to be the same thing here. So, something that might happen next episode, if I get to the undead boss fight and I struggle with it, if I don't have enough damage, I might step out of it to do an hour or two of Nightmare Zone for points to get the imbued Salve Amulet, because that might make a difference. But my hope is to just do full focus on Dragon Slayer 2 until it's done. Thank you all for watching. I'm so happy. This is probably the most dopamine a game has ever released for me. And I'm excited to be able to take a break once we finish Dragon Slayer 2. Have a good night, and we will see you next episode. Bye-bye.